to have a good year. Overall, second state championship, but my first year, they handed me the reins and said, we don't know if we're going to have enough people for you, so just be ready in case we do. And we've grown substantially since then, and it's all through the support of parents and a lot of the players and their families have really helped us grow. The athletic department, Ricky Ventures, has done a really good job of helping us with some resources and things, and really using the resources the parents provide for us. But yeah, I would just tell players who are interested, homeschooling is a great avenue. That's something I've learned over the 3 years, and Ezekiel gives you a great opportunity to still interact, compete, and grow as an individual. And I think you're seeing that more so now. People are comfortable sending their kids out here to play and homeschool. So, I expect us to keep growing. Hopefully we can keep up with it as a school, but I expect this football team to keep growing, given the opportunity.
All right, Coach, congratulations. Good luck in Panama
Thanks,
City.
sir. Thank you.
We see our interview with Coach Hunter there, obviously ready for this game. And then we've got a couple of highlights from the state championship game last week against the Evangel Lightning, also one of the teams attending this tournament. The Knights did a good job. They went out, put in a fairly good performance all around. It was a pretty well-rounded one. A couple mistakes, especially early on. And Peyton Leach threw an interception during that game, early on in that game. But we'll take a look at a few of the highlights from that game real quick. Early on, it was definitely tough for the Knights to get their feet under them. Evangel putting in a lot of pressure on the quarterback and the running back. Evangel did go up 15-0 fairly quickly in that game.
Snap comes, screen.
The danger man, number 15, was definitely a nuisance for the Knights that game. That first touchdown coming off a little dump screen pass to him to that near side. And then Knights went 3 and out, and then the Lightning were able to capitalize again, this time on another long ball to number 15. That seemed to be a bit of a trend that night, but the Knights answered quickly with a long ball of their own. Matty Spackman was able to go in and haul in a deep touchdown pass, a well-thrown ball from Peyton Leach.
Lightning were guarding against the run all the time, and the long ball was open all day for Peyton Leach.
Absolutely. That's where the Knights really started to find their feet and get into an offensive rhythm. This time again, we'll see the Lightning able to march down the field. They did a really good job getting into scoring positions, but kind of punching in from inside the red zone was a little bit tough for them when they can't expand the field as much.
But here he comes, number 7.
That's going to be the man that Freedom are going to have to watch out for. Number 7, Corey Murphy, not only a big tank of a runner, but also incredibly fast, deceivingly fast, and all of his
one touchdown, 2 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns.
All of his work and effort this year. He won Mr. Football for the ACSC division, but Matty Spackman was the MVP of the game, had a couple of touchdowns to his name. That second deep ball, Peyton Leach also using his feet to get on the scoreboard. You kind of forget how dangerous of a runner he can be, especially when he is firing deep balls.
This time, number 7 gets behind the defense.
That was probably the most clutch touchdown of that game. It was a very tight game. That one right there just about sealed it, but the Lightning are not exactly a team to go away. They kept it close all the way down to the end, and then it came down to an onside kick recovered by Brendan Tormey, which sealed the victory for the Knights, and they defended their ACSC state championship. Here's that onside kick. A well-played one. Went through the hands of Christian Hester, but right into the waiting arms of Brendan Tormey, and that would finish that game off. We'll see if we get another game quite like that, Daryl. It was definitely one of the most exciting ones we've had all year, and it was definitely worthy of a state championship.
And the ACSC trophy comes back to the Knights again as they celebrate on the sidelines. They're really having the ball. There's some wet guys out there that got Gatorade dumps. It was a very, very good night for the Knights.
Yeah, Coach Hunter was the one leading the celebration. And, of course, got Gatorade bath. But he's not the only one. Coach Hunter Bowden as well got a bath right at the end of that game.
And there's the hardware. There's a trophy presentation.
But we know tonight, Daryl, it's not about the state championship anymore. It's about a national title, one that the Knights fell just short of last year, lost in the final against the Lightning. How do you expect them to come out here and approach it this weekend?
Well, the Knights have actually done very well, only losing that national championship. They beat the Lightning twice in this season, and they should be poised to beat them again. I believe they've kind of got the Lightning figured out, but these Freedom Cowboys are the ones that are going to have to deal with. Freedom was rushing straight up the field last go around. They were bringing their ends. They got penetration. They made the Knights look bad early on, and they got ahead and never looked back.
Yeah.
And in order for us to beat this team, we're going to have to play mistake-free or mistake-few football.
Less mistakes.
Yes.
Yeah, I think winning the turnover battle will be one big thing for the Knights. And it's going to be hard against a team like Freedom, who don't really throw the ball unless they have to. They like to keep it on the ground. They like to use a lot of short passes and a lot of the option. They've got a very dangerous quarterback who can use his feet very well. So I think the Knights are really going to have to stay disciplined. Whenever you cover an option play, discipline is the key to it. You know, everybody rushing to the football.
Assignment football.
Absolutely. Everybody rushing to the football doesn't exactly bode well. And that'll also kind of play into the screen pass as well. You know, if you've got a guy who's always going to stay right on the heels of the tailback and one who's going to be right on the heels of the quarterback, you could be able to kill two birds with one stone there and slow down the screen pass game as well.
The Knights have not changed a lot of what they've done since they played the Freedom Cowboys. They've been very strong, and they've been able to play. They've been able to play very good defense as the captains walk out on the field to get the coin toss.
Yeah, the captains for the Freedom Cowboys are going to be Nathan Ogletree, Oliver Johnson. Looks like that's also going to be Tristan Martone, I hope I'm saying that right, and Joshua Butler. For the Knights, a few familiar faces out there. Hard to see the numbers, though. It looks like Miles Richardson is definitely the tallest one going to be out there. That might also be, looks like it could be Peyton Leach in the middle.
That is not. That is Isaiah Zorn
That is Isaiah
in the middle,
Zorn.
and that is Cecil Kuhn as the coin goes up in the air.
When we talk about injuries, we haven't had a lot for Ezekiel that have been really kind of season-ending, but I know Isaiah Zorn has definitely dealt with a couple of lasting injuries throughout this year. Hadn't had as much play time as he had last year when he and Peyton Patchell really did well to shut down any kind of offense going against them. But this year it's been the big number one, Miles Richardson, number 22, Peyton Patchell. Brennan Tormey's done a good job getting in on a lot of tackles.
And Maddie Spackman and Peyton Leach have been outstanding in the secondary. And let's not forget Elijah Ward in the secondary. The senior has just been clutch back there. The shortest man on the field jumps the highest every time when that ball's in the air.
And whenever you play in the secondary, I feel like the less they call out your name, the better. Because once you have guys locked down, just quarterbacks aren't going to throw that way. So the less camera time you have as a DB, I think the better of a job you're doing. Knights take the field. The Cowboys already on this near side, and they're blue and white. The Knights in the white, red, and black. This game gets set to kick underway. Ezekiel, the away side for this game, is coming in at the number 3 seed, I believe. The Freedom Cowboys at the number 2. Grace Baptist, the team we haven't even seen yet this year, coming in at the number 1 seed.
Undefeated, actually.
Undefeated, yeah. Played a really good season this year. Even with what looks like, as far as Max Preps go, a very limited roster. And then the Evangel Lightning coming in at a very, maybe you didn't expect it at the beginning of the year, number 4 spot.
Absolutely. And I have seen 8-man football teams and 8-man football for many, many years. One year we played the national champion, which was Appling out of Georgia, and they had 11 men on their roster as the Knights take the field.
And Ezekiel will receive this ball first.
Cowboys won the toss and deferred to the second half.
Kyle Sims is the man deep to return this one. Corey Murphy and Miles Richardson. Actually, I'm sorry, Corey Murphy and that looks like Maddie Spackman on the other side.
On the other side.
As the two kind of up guys. as we get set to kick this one off in the semifinal of the NHSA State or National Championship down here in Panama City, Florida.
And these are homeschool athletes, most of them, and they're not mainstream athletes, but they play a really good brand of football.
Absolutely. There's a lot of guys out there who could go on and play at the next level if they wanted to. We get set to kick this one off. Freedom Cowboys about to kick it away to the Knights as we get started with this semifinal game. That's a line drive, and it's going to take a hop and a skip, and it will go into the end zone, but only just. Jakala Sims was hoping and praying that one would go out for a touchback.
And not a good idea to let that ball roam free.
No, absolutely not. He had a lot of Cowboys running down on him.
Clock has not moved so far, but I can imagine that it was about 6 or 7 seconds out of the off the clock. Still saying 12 minutes on the clock, and I guess they're going to keep the time on the field. We're going to try to keep clock on the score bug
as best we can.
Best we can.
And the Knights start out in the pistol formation. One thing we expect from the Cowboys is a lot of pressure early and often. Watched a little bit of the film last night when they played the Tennessee Heat, usually bringing 5 or 6 guys every single time. Matty Spackman going long, and he's got it. It's a foot race, and it could be a touchdown right off the bat for the Knights, and it will be. Matty Spackman takes it to the house.
75 yards on that one. Touchdown, Knights.
And I've got a little bit of a confession there, Daryl. Coach Hunter walked up here and told me that's the play that they were going to go with off the bat, and it worked out to perfection.
Well, don't tell anyone. Oh, wait a minute. Looks like there is some laundry on the field. What are we doing here?
And it looks like they're going to be walking this one back.
I did see the white hat raising his hands. So I'm not exactly sure what has gone on here with 11 minutes and 47 seconds. I think, are they switching in?
They're actually kicking the extra points down here.
They're kicking the extra points on one end of the field. I guess you're going to get the walk of shame every time.
Every time, unless you decide to go for 2.
Unless you decide to go for 2, you're going to have to go up the field to get your extra point.
Yeah, it could have been. My heart went in my throat there for just a moment there, Daryl.
I was about to get a little upset, but referees have not invoked our ire yet today. Yes.
We got a chance to sit and watch the Tennessee Heat and the Southern Prep Rangers the game before this one. That's the Division II National Championship. As that kick is up and no good. They called it, went a little bit wide as the Knights take a 6-0 lead. But watching the game before this one, the referees did a fairly good job calling that one.
Absolutely, and you love to see good officiating at these things. And we are giving these guys the benefit of the doubt. They're going to call a great game today. As the Knights get ready to kick it away for the first time, taking a quick 6-0. They struck fairly quickly. Drive summary is going to be easy on this one. One play, 75 yards to pay dirt.
Yeah, that's a way to start off for the game for the Knights. We'll see what the Cowboys come back and answer with. Cowboys lining up on the wrong side for the moment, but the referees getting them squared away. Knights did have a little bit of an injury scare right at the end of the Evangel game. Mac Mills, the extra point kicker, did go down with an apparent knee injury after he got hit.
I believe he is okay, though, because he went out there and kicked that extra point, not successfully, but he did kick it away.
And it's going to be Mac Mills again to kick this one away. Freedom looking for their first possession of this semifinal game.
And let's see what the Knights defense does.
Mills steps up, going to kick this one a little bit low. Bit of a squib kick and well covered.
So that's going to be excellent field position for the Cowboys.
Yeah, we'll see how the Knights come out defensively. We know that the Cowboys love to run the option. I watched a little bit of the film, like I said last night against the Tennessee Heat. Love to run the option. They don't like to put it in the air unless they really do have to. So we'll see what kind of game plan they come out here with. Already down 6-0, so you know that they're going to respond. They're going to want to respond quickly.
And this Knights defense takes the field for the first time. Very successful for the last few days. The linchpin of the Knights' success.
Shotgun formation. And 2 men in motion. That should be illegal motion.
That should be illegal motion. 2 men cannot move at the same time. That should be. They're going to say that's offsides.
Or offsides, rather, neutral zone. And it's going to make it a first down and 5. This time.
Again, here we go with referees.
Lone setback and 3 men in motion.
Again, 2 men, 3 men in motion now at the same time.
Snap comes, the high snap, well brought down. Going to run right up the middle. Initially bounced back, but going to pick up a handful on that one as the Knights do a good job to bring him down quickly. Going to be a second down and short.
It's going to get about 3.5. Good blocking in the middle by the Freedom Cowboys.
We'll watch that again on the replay. Knights do a good job to get a push on the line there. Some good blocking up front, but just not a big push from the Freedom Cowboys.
Second and about 2.
Knights just going to have to be disciplined on the snap. And whenever you have a lot of guys moving in motion, looks like the ball snap, but just going to have to watch the football. And again, a man in motion. The snap comes. It's going to be a quarterback keeper. Tries to bounce it to the outside. Ball's on the ground.
Ball's on the ground.
And nobody realized it.
No one realized it.
That could have easily been Ezekiel Knights football, but it's going to instead end up a first down for Freedom.
Freedom Cowboys making a pretty good drive with a couple of mistakes there.
A couple of high snaps and that fumble. That could have easily been Knights ball, but
no one even looked around for that one.
Being on this home side, usually you'll get guys on the sideline yelling that there's a fumble on the field, so the Knights on the other side maybe just couldn't hear that the ball was on the ground, and it stayed there for a long time.
Here come the Cowboys. It's going to be 1st and 10 on the 47-yard line of the Knights.
Time lined up in the shotgun. Snap comes, handoff up the middle. He's going to have a good gain on that one.
Blocking.
Yeah, good push up front by the Cowboys that time. Miles Richardson, Isaiah Zorn was the last man there. They're going to give him forward progress after about 6. Going to bring up a second down and a long 3.5, maybe 4. Cowboys trying to piece together a drive. The Knights with their quick strike offense. Cowboys eating a little bit more time off this clock now.
Cowboys started on their own 42-yard line.
Snap comes, handoff up the middle, tries to bounce it outside now, and it could be a foot race to the corner. Good blocking downfield, but eventually brought down. A good job by Jakal Sims. He got drawn in initially to that run play up the middle, but did a good job to get back outside and contain that one just enough to keep that one from going all the way to the house.
That was a play before. That's the fumble that you're seeing right now, as the Cowboys have the ball on the 18-yard line of the Knights and making a pretty impressive drive.
Yeah, piecing together a real good drive, mostly on the ground so far. We'll see when they do decide to put the ball in the air, but like I said, I think they just are content to keep it on the ground, and if they can move the ball, why not do it?
As long as it works.
First down and 10.
Again, multiple players shifting.
Snap comes. This one going to be a quarterback keeper. Did a good job reading that one. Has a couple and eventually dragged down after about a 7-yard gain on the play.
I think Isaiah Zorn was in there on the tackle. It's about a gain of about 7. As
they've done a good job moving the ball on first down. We'll see it again. Quarterback keeper did a good job reading the blitz there and was able to hang on to that one and make something out of it, and now going to be set up with a second down and short on the 11-yard line of the Ezekiel Knights. We do have a play clock. We don't have one on the side that the Cowboys are going towards.
But on the scoreboard, they have a play clock on the other end of the field.
And it's going to be a handoff outside. Has the first down, tries to fight for the end zone, but it's going to be brought down just short. Going to be a first down and goal for the Cowboys. Cowboys doing a good job getting the ball outside, setting the edge really well on their blocks, and just finding space.
So it's first and goal at about the 3.5-yard line. Cowboys looking very impressive on this drive, just running right at this Ezekiel defense. And successfully, I might add.
Yeah, very successfully. Haven't had a backwards play yet. And I expect we'll probably see it again. Another power run. Just going to be, who's going to have it? Is it going to be the quarterback or the tailback? Man in motion this time. Snap comes. It's going to be a quarterback keeper all the way. Tries to bounce it outside, and it's going to be a touchdown. Freedom Cowboys.
Excellent blocking there for the Cowboys as they take the end. And it's like they are waving the clock stopped here, but I did not see a flag.
The officials discussing something. Not entirely sure what it is just yet.
And they're picking the flag up, waving it away. It's going to be a touchdown.
Not entirely, I didn't even see where the flag came down on the field, to be honest.
It was on the far side of the field.
Maybe they were looking at a possible holding call, but nothing there. And this game is tied at 6. Cowboys looking like they're going to go for 2.
Cowboys offense is on the field. They are going for 2.
Trying to take a 2-point lead here against the Knights. Man in motion again. Snap comes again. It's going to be a quarterback keeper. And Miles Richardson is the first man there, but able to break away from him. But help comes in. Peyton Patchell is right on top of it. I'm sorry, that was Corey Murphy who hit him initially. But when you got back up like Peyton Patchell, you're not too worried if he's able to get away.
2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
We'll take a quick look at that touchdown. The same play they ran on that 2-point conversion, actually. Brought a man in motion, and then that's a quarterback keeper to the other side. Had some good blocking up front and was able to find the end zone. We have a tie game at 6-6 with 7:37 to go here in this first quarter.
Knights going to get the ball again now.
Now we may see a little more what their normal offense can do.
Absolutely.
But, I mean, if the deep ball's there, why not take it? Matty Spackman had a fantastic game last week against the Evangel Lightning. So if he's going to be there, why not use him?
And they are keying on Corey Murphy in this Knights running offense. And if they do that, somebody's going to be open over the top.
Absolutely. And when you have guys like Brendan Tormey, Bradley Baumgartner, and Matty Spackman, when they get lined up one-on-one, somebody is going to be open. It's just a matter of if Peyton Leach can find them.
Cowboys about to kick it away. Excellent answer for those Cowboys as they're determined to stay in this one.
Yeah, no, I don't expect them to go away easily at all, that is for sure. Knights get set to try and respond. And it is Jakyle Sims
away
deep, and he might get a chance at this one, and it's just going to roll into the end zone. Again. And the Knights setting back up on their own 25. Last time out, one play, 75-yard bomb to Matty Spackman that gave the Knights the lead.
And this game is already interesting as it's a tie game with 7 minutes and 31 seconds left in the first quarter.
This time you got 2 speedsters in Bradley Baumgartner and Matty Spackman. Baumgartner in the slot. Murphy in the backfield with Leach. Snap comes. It's going to be a handoff. Corey Murphy gets stopped quickly, and he dropped the ball.
Was not able to get ahead of steam because he was definitely juggling that ball as he was going through the the line there.
He did a good job to even just pick it back up.
2nd and 11 now for the Knights.
Loss of 1 on that fumble. That was a lot of what we saw last time from the Cowboys. A lot of heavy pressure, but they're giving a big cushion to Matty Spackman and Bradley Baumgartner. Snap comes, pressure, and he's going to fire this one to Baumgartner just too far outside. I think the coach saw that soft coverage too and wanted to go underneath, but just not quite an accurate enough ball from this quarterback.
So it's going to be 3rd and long for the Knights.
If they were able to find that one, though, Bradley Baumgartner had a ton of space, definitely had enough for the first down,
And he has the speed to take it to the house as well. As the Knights not trying to go over the top that time, they're taking the underneath.
Again, a big cushion. Maybe doesn't look quite as nice for the Knights because it is a 4th down, and that's going to be a fall, or 3rd down rather. That's going to be a false start against Ezekiel. And that's going to make a 3rd down and long even longer now. 3rd down and 16 upcoming for the Knights.
So it's a 3rd down, and to get a first, the Knights need to get to Dothan.
No safety though for the the Cowboys rather. Snap comes. Leach going to fire to Spackman, able to bring it down, but he's got a long way to go, and he's going to get back to maybe the original line of scrimmage. And it looks like the Knights going to bring on the punt team now.
Successful stop by this Freedom Cowboys defense. They are tough and they are disciplined.
They're going to try and give their offense a chance to go out and take the lead now.
Senior quarterback Peyton Leach is going to kick it away here.
And he's going to kick it to his opposing quarterback, the junior Oliver Johnson. And that is a high kick, a great kick from Leach. Going to take an Ezekiel bounce and another great bounce.
Still bouncing.
That's a big kick from Peyton Leach. Going to set the Cowboys up on their own 21-yard line. A good stop for the Freedom Cowboys defense. We'll see if the Knights can match that. We'll take a quick look at one of our sponsors while we have just a moment. We've got Zap Pest Control, your hometown company serving your needs in the River Region for termite and pest control. Visit zappestcontrol.com or call 334-244-7778. And the Cowboys set to take the ball again. Second time in this game. 6:01 to go in this first quarter. Tie game at 6. We'll see if the Knights can go out and get a stop of their own. Snap comes. It's going to be a pitch out to the far side, and the Knights do a good job to contain it. Peyton Patchell was the first one there, and then he had a little bit of help, looked like from Elijah Ward that time.
Up 3 yards on that one. It's going to be 2nd down as Peyton Patchell gets a handful of jersey and kind of hangs on there, kind of out of position there a little bit, but he holds on for long enough for the rest of the defense to catch up.
Knights defense really been the backbone of this team, along with Corey Murphy. A lot of good players on that defensive side of the ball. Names we've already called, like Peyton Patchell, Miles Richardson. Richardson not on the field for this one. Man in motion. It's going to be a quarterback keeper to the outside. Brendan Tormey's right in his face, though, and he goes nowhere. Maybe a gain of about 2 or 3.
Like he gets about 3 more yards there. It's going to be 3rd down and short for these Cowboys as the rushing attack is working for the Cowboys.
That was a good second effort by the quarterback that time. Got hit by Brendan Tormey initially, but was able to bounce away. Cavalry did come in for the Knights and were able to get a stop. 3rd down for the Cowboys. Shotgun formation. We'll see if they draw up here.
Miles Richardson is back in the game.
4 seconds to go, and it's going to be a delay of game. And that's going to make the 3rd down a little bit longer now.
The play clock is behind.
Yeah, that's always going to be tough for whoever's going from our right to our left. 3rd down and 8 now.
In the 4th quarter, they will be facing the play clock.
If this game goes competitive all the way down there, I'm sure they will definitely appreciate having that. But the delay game backs them up 5 yards. 3rd down and 8 now upcoming. A little bit tougher for them.
Knights looking to make a stop on this one as an early down.
And only 4 seconds to go here on this play as well. They do get the snap off. Pressure coming. Quarterback forced to throw, and it's intercepted. The Knights get the interception, and they will take over possession well into Freedom Cowboys territory. That ball was tipped as it was thrown. And we'll watch that again on the replay.
I believe that was Isaiah Zorn got in there.
Yeah, he knocked it loose initially, and I think it was Jack Helms came down with the interception. And the Knights now poised to take the lead. Like we said, the Knights defense has been the backbone of this team, and now they've set up their offense with a fantastic opportunity to try and go out there and take a lead.
That was a big down early for the Knights defense, and they answered.
Snap, Leach drops back, looks to throw, pressure comes quickly, fires to Brendan Tormey. That one's too far outside, and it's going to fall incomplete. Pressure came very quickly off the edge.
Tormey was open on the far side over there, but it was just a little bit of a miscommunication as Tormey ran to the inside against the defender.
It looked like he was trying to hit him farther towards that outside pylon, rather.
Exactly. Had they been on the same page, Tormey may still have been running.
And that's always a good play call. You know, that's probably one of the better play calls in most, you know, teams' books when they have a big tight end who can catch the ball. Throw him the 50-50 ball to the corner and see what happens. This time, outside, and that one's incomplete.
Quick hitter to the outside for Corey Murphy, just missed on that exchange.
Peyton Leach just maybe a little bit out of rhythm here early on, maybe just trying to get him going, and now it looks like the Knights are going to go in the Wildcat with just their personnel group out there. Miles Richardson checks on for this offensive play.
There's quite a number of big bodies out there, so we're going to see what they draw up here.
Yeah, let's make Corey Murphy taking it out of the Wild Knight. I imagine we'll see Richardson come in motion, and here he comes. And it's going to be Murphy up the middle, and he gets shoelace tackled.
Gain of only about 2.
A 3rd down and 9 for the Knights.
It is 4th down.
Or 4th down, I'm sorry.
And it looks like the Knights are in field position now that they don't want to give up, and they're going to go for it here at the 19-yard line of the Freedom Cowboys.
I think I like the play call of that first play. Hang one up there to your big tight end. He's lined up in the slot, and we'll see what he does. Keep an eye on the big number 12 right here, Brendan Tormey. Snap comes, and they do fire it to him. He's able to hang on to it, and it's going to be a touchdown. Brendan Tormey, great hands, and the Knights find the end zone.
The predictive skills of Ben Baumgartner. He called that play. It wasn't exactly a jump ball, but that was a successful pass play out in the flat to Tormey.
It looked like he and I believe it was Matty Spackman, they almost collided and nearly forced an incompletion, but
and on the replay there you can see that he almost dropped that ball.
Great job though.
I believe the defenders froze because they thought he was going to drop it.
And the Knights retake the lead, gonna go for 2 here.
Corey Murphy in the Wild Knight.
Miles Richardson in the left, not gonna bring him in motion, and it's gonna be close. No good. Good stand by the Cowboys. The Knights passing game working well, but just yet to get the ground game going. But defense go out there, they got the turnover, and then the offense said, thank you very much. We'll take it from here. It was a couple of incomplete passes. We'll see the interception again real quick, taken by Jack Helms.
Just
knocked as he threw.
The Knights in the middle of the Cowboys offensive line.
And you can see the Cowboys trying to strip that one away from Helms, but unsuccessfully. And then the touchdown pass to Brendan Tormey finished off what looked like it was going to be a stalling drive for the Knights, but they were able to turn it around and get 6 on the board. 3:07 to go here in the first quarter. Knights and the Cowboys battling this one out early.
2 successful drives, 2 unsuccessful possessions as the Knights punt and the Cowboys had a turnover. But analysis for this one, all I can see here is a heavyweight fight. These guys are duking it out. 2 good teams.
Knights currently leading on the turnover battle. We'll see.
In the middle.
That's a high bouncing ball, and the Knights nearly able to get there. Elijah Ward, great job putting a hit on the receiver.
Very favorable spot on that one as
they're going to get this one up near the 40.
About the 37-yard line, and they're going to start again. They've been doing extremely well with the run game. I'm not sure what possessed them to want to pass it,
Well, and I think one thing was, too, they had that delay of game because they can't see the play clock on the back side.
The play clock is behind.
It was a 3rd down and short. It was turned into a 3rd down and medium to long. And like I said, I just don't think they're going to want to throw the ball if they don't have to. The quarterback this time does turn around to see the play clock. Snap comes. It's going to be a quarterback keeper up the middle, and he gets wrapped up. Brendan Tormey able to bring him down.
He nearly gets a first down there. It's 9 on that play. It's a very successful option.
They're going to give him a first down there. That was very close.
And they're
it's going to be a called first down. Snap comes. It's going to be a quarterback keeper again. Has a hole up the middle, and a good open field tackle. Peyton Leach, the man to get there. Jakyle Sims had his hands around his ankles and slowed him up.
Play there, 15 yards on that one for the first down, and they are right on top of the ball again.
Yeah, the Patriots early went more outside with their running game. Now they're trying to find it up the middle. Snap comes, quarterback keeper again.
Exact play.
And he has a little more space to run. Eventually wrapped up out of bounds. Jakyle Sims, the man. I'm sorry, that was Elijah Ward who made the tackle on the outside.
3rd play in a row, and
that offensive line.
Miles Richardson is trying to tell somebody, trying to tell something. Somebody.
Yeah.
They're going to. Looks like they're going to change their defense a little bit to a 4-man front to see if they can do something with this rushing attack.
Well, you notice that they haven't ran to the big number 1 side yet.
Absolutely,
and that's obviously going to be by design.
Now they run to that side.
They're going to try and bounce that outside, and there's going to be a holding call. Peyton Leach was the man flying in there. 2 flags flying. I think that's going to be a hold against Peyton Leach. Looked like somebody had a handful of jersey.
Wasn't an effective hold as Peyton Leach makes the tackle.
2 flags did fly in. I'm not entirely sure if they're for the same foul, and it will be a hold. And that's going to be a replay of first down. So that's going to be, I believe, a spot of the foul, and it was right near the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be a first down and 20 upcoming now. Now, we'll see what they do now in a little bit more of a hole. Only first down, so I imagine we'll see again the ground game working for the Freedom Cowboys. But we'll see what they do when they have to put the ball in the air. We saw one play last time, only 1 pass, and it was intercepted. We'll see if the Knights can bring some pressure here. Snap comes, it's a handoff up the middle, and he gets back to the original line of scrimmage and maybe a little bit more.
A chunk play on every offensive play for the Freedom Cowboys.
Yeah, the Knights just not able to get a push on that offensive line. Good handoff up the middle. Did a good job setting the edge and forcing the guys outside. Good patient running. 2nd down and 9. Clock continues to go as we get down towards a minute to go in this first quarter. Snap comes, a little bit of a high one, handoff, and that's a better tackle. That time Peyton Leach got hands on, or I'm sorry, that was Sam Brown, and then Peyton Patch will connect on that tackle.
So it's going to be 3rd and 7. Timeout, Freedom Cowboys.
And I wonder if they're...
Or no, timeout Ezekiel.
Yeah, it was Ezekiel's timeout. 48 seconds to go here in this first quarter. We'll take a quick look at one of our sponsors while we have a moment. We've got Nancy's Italian Ice, a fun new place to cool down and sweeten up in East Montgomery, serving up to 16 flavors of Italian ice daily, as well as delicious gelato and sweet bakery treats. Located at 7976 Vaughn Road, next to Winn-Dixie at Taylor and Vaughn. Also, we have Stone Martin Builders, building neighborhoods that will last for generations, providing a team of professionals whose goal is to exceed the home buyers' expectations, guiding them from start to finish. New communities being built now throughout central Alabama and the Montgomery area. I'll tell you what, Darryl, I see quite a lot of the Stone Martin Builders signs laid out across Wetumpka especially.
If you drive down Taylor Road in Montgomery, you will see enough Stone Martin Builders signs. There's one every 60 feet or so, and they are definitely building a better place for you to live. Stone Martin Builders.
3rd down and 7. Freedom Cowboys trying to convert here. I imagine they'll go for 2 downs here, though.
7 yards to go, though, and they've been very successful.
Comes, quarterback drops the throw, fires one towards the corner of the end zone, and a flag flies in. That's going to be pass interference. Some would argue that ball maybe was uncatchable.
Way over the head of the receiver and the defender, but it was definitely pass interference as they collided.
And they are going to walk that one off for pass
15
interference.
yards for pass interference.
Going to bring up a first down and goal.
It's just like another chunk play for the Cowboys as the Knights on an island.
Actually, not a first down and goal. It's going to be a first down and 10. Yeah, we'll watch that one again on the replay. Definitely pass interference, but that ball was pretty well thrown out of bounds.
Again, single coverage on the wide receiver at the bottom of the screen on this side.
Snap comes, man,
Inside
handoff,
handoff, but
fakes,
not
and now it's going to be the quarterback keeper. Ran into his own guy there, and that brought him down more than the Knights did. Going to be a second down and 6 to go.
Still 4 yards on that play. It's successful running plays every time for the Freedom Cowboys.
Yeah, very rarely going backwards. The only time they've gone backwards is on self-inflicted penalties.
Absolutely.
19 seconds to go, likely going to be the last play of the quarter. Snap, high snap, going to be a keeper for the running back.
Handoff.
And he's going to be in. Touchdown. And I think that a little bit of miscommunication from the Knights. I think they thought the quarterback was going to keep it all the way there, which he has most of this drive, but that allowed a big hole for the running back to run through, and we have got a tie ball game.
Option football is assignment football.
Absolutely.
And
you have to have a guy on both the quarterback and the running back.
And if you got guys getting blocked as well, that's successful. Now, I don't know how they let a guy run out of the huddle to the sideline there. That's supposed to be a penalty.
There should have been too many men on the huddle there. There should be a flag coming down, but no flag. Quarterback drops back to throw, going to fire to the corner, and that's a great catch. And the Cowboys take their first lead of this semifinal game. We'll see what the Knights do to respond here.
Cowboys with an excellent drive, chunk play after chunk play. The running game is working for the Freedom Cowboys in this one.
Yeah, when you can pick up chunk plays on the ground, that's a great thing to have.
7.4 seconds left in the first quarter here, as this one's been a bit of a dogfight.
Yeah, it's pretty much what we expected here for the Knights. Only thing for the Knights is their passing game just has not been clicking like we saw it against Evangel. I think if they're able to sort that out, they'll have a lot more space to run the ball. But right now, getting the passing game down, I think, is going to be the key to their offense.
Knights had an unfortunate penalty on this drive after it looked like they were going to get close to stopping the Cowboys. They got the pass interference, the fortunate call as that one was thrown way over the heads of these receivers, but taking nothing away from the Cowboys. They drove it down our throats that time.
And really the only time they've gone backwards is just self-inflicted penalties. The holding call on that drive set them back a little bit, but they were still able to pick up that first down, like you said, after the pass interference call. Cowboys
ready to kick it away.
Set to kick it off. It's going to be Nathan Ogletree to kick this one to Jakyle Sims. We'll see if he gets a chance to return it. Been a dangerous return man all year, and that is a high kick, and that's going to go out for a touchback.
Land in the end zone this time. Great kick by the Freedom Cowboys.
And with 6 seconds to work, the Knights going to take over here.
Is the screen down?
Knights set up here on the 20-yard line. Got about 7 seconds to work here. Murphy and Leach, the men in the backfield. Bradley Bumgarner and Matty Spackman, the 2 men out. Gonna fire this one deep, looking for Spackman, and that one's incomplete, but there's gonna be a flag coming in. A lot of hand fighting there. Spackman likely had him beat, but kind of got held up a little bit. A lot of hand fighting from the defender.
And that's going to be pass interference on the defense, 15 yards. That's also going to be very close to the end of the quarter there.
I think with it being an incomplete pass, we'll have one more play now. Bradley Bumgarner dealing with a hamstring injury last game. Kind of came back from that route limping a little bit. Not exactly what you want to see from one of your speed guys. Snap comes. Final play of the quarter. Fires to Spackman. Good blocking by Bumgarner up front. It's going to be a first down. And Spackman dragging players. And that will be it for this first quarter of play.
Gets about 17 yards on that one, and that's going to end the first quarter.
We'll see the screen here, and the key to a screen is good blocking by your receivers. Great block up front by Bumgarner. Afforded Spackman a little bit of space to pick up that first down, and that's what we talked about earlier, Daryl. When you get that big soft cushion and you've got speed guys underneath, just get it to their hands and see what they can do with it.
Absolutely, and the Knights have represented themselves fairly well here, and they need to do more of that screen to stop this Cowboys defense from rushing directly into the Ezekiel back.
Absolutely. Once you start finding short underneath passes, that blitz is going to start respecting the quarterback and the passing game a little bit more. But like we talked about a little bit, if there is a weakness to this Freedom Cowboys team, it's probably going to be their secondary. So I feel like if you're the Knights, you just want to attack that all game long. Running up the middle so far has just not worked out for them.
First and 10 for the Knights at the 48-yard line of the Cowboys.
Pistol formation. Spackman, the lone receiver, going to be a handoff out underneath. Murphy trying to stay on his feet, but just barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. Knights trying to force that run game to work, but
gets about a yard on that play. It's going to be second down.
Leach getting back into the huddle as this play clock starts. Second down and 9 now for the Knights. Again, Matty Spackman, the low man, has about a 15-yard cushion between him and his defender, and they're going to fire his way. Matty Spackman looking for it, and it is bobbled and intercepted. And wow, that was a circus catch if I've ever seen one. That ball was hung up in the air, a well-thrown one, but well covered, and after about 5 or 6 different bobbles, the Cowboys come down with it. We'll watch that one again on the replay. I thought for sure we were going to see that ball hit the ground. Well covered. Matty Spackman looks like he jumped up for it just a little bit too early. And that was Gavin Maynard, the junior corner, able to come down with that interception. And now we're back even on the turnover battle. Cowboys a chance to extend their lead. Knights going to have to put some pressure on him here now. Going to have to start getting some guys in the backfield. Snap comes. A quarterback keeper gets a good push, but not a lot of room to work there. It's going to be a second down and about 8 upcoming.
That's a good 2 yards, keeping the Ezekiel defense honest there. They're not rushing up the field when they're trying to stop you from running in the middle.
Yeah, and for the Cowboys, I don't really think they're too much of a threat throwing the ball, especially on early downs. Third down, you'll probably see them want to sling it a little bit, but on this first and second down, I feel like the Knights can probably just stay home and put a little bit of pressure on this run game. And now, like I said, that they will throw. Going to fire this one outside and well covered. That was Jakyle Sims stepping outside and did a good job to break that one up.
Cowboys had to break that one up as Jakyle Sims looked like he was the only one who could have caught that ball.
We'll watch that one again on the replay. A decently thrown ball, but just too far outside. And like you said, Daryl, Jakyle Sims had a chance at it. That one looked like it may have just been going too far out of bounds for anybody. Knights looking for a stop.
3rd and 7.
After the interception.
And they have not been very successful on 3rd down.
No, not so far this game. They had that one interception deep in Cowboys territory, but that's been about it on 3rd down for the Knights. I wonder if Freedom are going to shoot one long here and try and draw another pass interference call. Snap comes, going to be a fake handoff. Pressure coming quickly. Going to fire this one over the top, and that's too long and incomplete. if there's anybody you don't really want to target against, it's that safety Peyton Leach.
Absolutely.
And he had that one more than covered. It's going to be a 4th down.
Play for the Knights there, and it looks like 4th down is going to be a little bit different than usual, and Freedom Cowboys stepping back into punt formation. Kyle Sims is back deep for the Knights.
Yeah, Sims stepping on about the 40 here. And they broke the huddle with 12 men. Again, that should be
a penalty.
A flag
every
coming in.
single time.
And the referee calls a timeout, I guess, but that should be a flag coming in.
The Cowboys call a timeout that time.
That should be a flag. They broke the huddle with 12 men. You saw Jakyle Sims step over and start to cover that man.
And this being 8-man football, they broke the huddle with 9 men, but they've done it several times, and that seems to be the thing. You get away with what you can get away with. You 3 men moving on the we got a sponsor coming in.
And we've got Black Hat Forge for all your forging needs. Black Hat Forge has custom forged kitchen knives, camp knives, and more. They make a great personalized, unique gift handcrafted from steel and into the fire. We've also got Tallahassee Superfoods, located in Tallahassee, Alabama, locally owned and serving the area for over 50 years. Low prices and hometown services with 2 locations. Visit TallahasseeSuperfoods.com or find them on Facebook. He is indeed sitting right in front of us. The proprietor, I believe, is the word of Tallahassee Superfoods.
Proprietor, yeah, he owns the joint.
But I don't think today he's worried about that too much. I think today he is worried about making it to a national championship game. Punt formation again. Cowboys getting ready to kick this one away. Maybe, we'll see. And they do, and that's a good kick.
Return.
A long way away from Sims, and it's going to go out right at the 50, maybe at the 49. And the Knights going to be set up in good field position here. A good job by their defense going out there and getting a stop against a very proficient offense. And we will be bringing you the next night's game, whether it's the national championship game or the consolation game. Just make sure you follow us on YouTube and on Facebook to know when that game is going to be broadcast. And I believe as well we're going to be bringing you the basketball season for the Knights once this national championship weekend is over. Bradley Baumgartner, Matty Spackman, the 2 receivers, Murphy and Leach, the familiar pairing in the backfield. Snap comes. It's going to be a quarterback keeper. Has a lot of room to run, tries to bounce it outside. The big stiff arm, and he's got the first down and more. It's going to be a tiptoe down the sideline and eventually out of bounds. By far and away the Knights' most successful play on the ground. Peyton Leach keeping it himself, throwing a couple of big stiff arms in there, and has the Knights in good scoring position now.
Out of bounds at the 30. I'm sorry, that's the 24-yard line.
See a couple of stiff arms there, showing the strength of Peyton Leach. Knights now set up on the 24-yard line. Maybe your speed guys don't become as much of an asset now. Maybe now you look to guys like your big tight end, Brendan Tormey. Snap comes, and it's going to be a pass to the outside, and that's a forward pass. Should be, and it should just be an incomplete. Leach and Murphy have tried that a couple of times, just haven't connected so well on it.
Come on, Knights, let's go.
And even with that one, it would have probably been a loss on that play as the Cowboys were free rushing at Corey Murphy. 9:48 to go. 2nd down and 10. Knights trying to reclaim a lead here. Spackman and Baumgartner, the 2 receivers set to the right. Murphy and Leach, the pairing in the backfield. Quarterback drops, looks to throw, fires across. Matty Spackman, incomplete. That pass just a little too far ahead of him and a little too low for Matty Spackman.
As we were waiting for Peyton Leach to get his timing together.
Yeah, he's just been a little bit off.
Had an open man there on the inside. Matty Spackman cruising in for a touchdown if he picks that one up.
Yeah, if he hits him in stride there, that's a touchdown, no doubt. And I think that helped out really well because usually you have Matty Spackman going down the sideline, and this time it was Bradley Baumgartner pulling the safety. 3rd down and 10. Knights looking for a touchdown. It's going to be Leach on the keeper, tries to bounce outside, able to get away from a few, does a great job, and it's going to be a foot race to the end zone. Touchdown, Knights!
That's going to be a touchdown. But they look like they're marking it on. No, they
do call it a touchdown, and Ezekiel Academy retake the lead. Peyton Leach says, well, if we can't get the run game going, I'll just do it myself.
Just do it myself. Taking the snap.
The two real big plays for the Knights came through the hands of Peyton Leach, or through the feet of Peyton Leach, rather.
The drive summary has Peyton Leach written all over it as he does the most of the work on this drive here.
Looked like it was going to be a blown-up loss there. Brendan Tormey getting one good block in on that corner, and Peyton Leach running through a couple of people for the end zone. Knights looking for the extra point here. It is no good.
No good. But there
a flag
is
flies
a flag
in.
flying in late.
3 flags fly in.
3 flags.
And they're calling the kicker back in to maybe have another shot at this.
It looks like there might have been something illegal. They were jumping over each other down there.
Oh yeah, they jumped the.
I don't really see them calling that at this level.
No, not usually. It is the right call, but you don't usually see that.
First time I've ever seen it called at this level. I don't. It's a little unusual. At least they'll get to kick it again.
Yeah, Mac Mills yet to hit an extra point. We'll see if he can knock this one down.
As he was injured literally on one of the last plays of the state championship.
Corey
game.
Murphy caught that late touchdown, and Mills got absolutely rocked, kicking that one away. But that one is up, and it is good. Also, you can see when he kicks, a lot of sand coming up.
Absolutely.
Not exactly the easiest surface to kick off of, but the Knights retake a 5-point lead. The defense went out there, made a good stand, and the offense was able to go on and score. Really only 2 big plays, though, for the Knights. Peyton Leach making both of them happen. That first one, that was an incomplete pass to Corey Murphy that almost looked like it went backwards, but Peyton Leach just a little bit off with his timing. That play for Matty Spackman also incomplete, but if you can't do it with your hands, do it with your feet, and did a great job there fighting his way into the end zone, and the Knights retake a lead in what is a very well contested game.
Absolutely, yeah. We definitely want to stay tuned here, as this one, it looks like it could potentially be a barn burner.
Knights get set to kick this one away. Mac Mills gonna knock this one short. Takes a bounce, takes a hit inside, and it's on the ground. The Knights look like they have it. And they do. Ezekiel Academy, the onside kick. Well, it wasn't really an onside kick. It was just kind of a squib. But it took a deflection off one of the Cowboys, and the Knights were able to recover it. And the Knights in great field position here on the 37-yard line.
Maybe a bit of a lapse in judgment there by the Cowboys as it careens off the foot.
Well, they looked like they had it covered, but it just squirmed out underneath. And the Knights trying to take over here. It's Miles Richardson getting carried on the far side, has a little bit of space, and has a first down.
What else could you say about Miles Richardson except power back?
Yeah, that's the word that comes to mind. He is definitely a do-it-all kind of guy out there on the field. A great addition to this Knights team for his senior season. Knights moving quickly. We'll see if they can capitalize here. Snap, handoff again. Richardson finds a little bit of space, but that's the way to tackle a big man, is to go down low on him after a gain of about 4. Knights may be forced to work the ground game a little bit more with Peyton Leach's timing. If it's just a little bit off, you know, if you've got a couple of guys like Richardson and Murphy in the backfield to run, it's never a bad thing.
Going to be second down at about 7.
Spackman and Baumgartner again lined up on the far side. Richardson in the backfield with Leach. Snap comes. Leach looks Baumgartner's way. It's a good catch, but he's going to be just short of the first down. Good hands by Bradley Baumgartner on the outside.
he catches that one standing up, he's off to the races.
Yeah, again, that throw
Timing
just a little bit too low.
That is not to say there's a lot of pressure coming at Peyton Leach.
Yeah, absolutely. He's not really able to step into these throws at all. It's what I would call third down and go for it territory if you don't get it.
Yes, third down and get down.
Still plenty of time for the Knights. 8 minutes to go here in this second quarter. Richardson slides over, and it's going to be Leach going to keep her to the far side. Able to get away from a couple and eventually brought down at the 11, but has more than enough for the first down. Peyton Leach does a good job getting outside.
Good seal block on the edge by the Knights, and they are able to get the first down.
You saw him slide Miles Richardson over, and when you got a guy like that running in front of you, really the only worry you got is getting hit from behind.
Clock should be running, but
Yeah,
it has stopped for some reason.
The play clock
It's
is
very unusual.
running.
Play
The
clock is
going to have to
running.
get the snap off kind of quickly.
And they may have to.
Only 8 seconds to go here for the Knights. Not going to want to give up this good field position. And they do call a timeout.
That's a very unusual play clock. That's about the second time we've looked up and saw that it wasn't running after a running play there. But the Knights were able to call a timeout before they incurred a penalty that might have been a drive killer.
And again, that's the second time we've seen the play clock on the backside, maybe causing a little bit of problems. Quarterback not able to look up and see that clock. But, of course, most of these guys work with no play clocks throughout the year. Aside from that state championship game, we had the benefit of it.
So they have to use the clock in their head, as they say.
Yeah, I think
to keep this going.
I think Hunter Wilson trying to communicate with Peyton Leach that previous play just took a little bit too long. Maybe they're trying to work out matchups that they wanted to find. But the Knights with a chance to go up 2 scores here, which would be good for them because the Cowboys will get the ball after halftime. And with a potent offense like they have, it's going to be hard to stop them, especially coming out of halftime when you kind of have your plays kind of schemed up a little bit better. And it's going to be the wild Knight formation. Corey Murphy, the low man in the backfield, and we've seen him throw the ball before. Peyton Patchell is his usual target. He's lined up on that right side, and it's going to be a flag comes in. That's going to be a false start.
There, false start.
Well, the Knights burn a timeout to try and save a 5-yard penalty and get one called against them anyway.
As Murphy was clapping his hands off, trying to get them to snap that ball. The timing was a little bit off on that one as Richardson was coming in motion. I believe they were probably going to hand it off to the big man.
More than likely. We've also seen that little toss play in front, which counts as a pass. So if he does drop it, it's an incompletion. So it's a little bit maybe more of a low-risk play.
But if he runs for a touchdown, then
it's no problem.
It's like a big pass play.
Knights bring us a couple substitutions on. Snap coming, and he's going to throw this one again to Tormey, and it's a little bit too tall for the tallest man out there on the field. Pressure came into Peyton Leach's face very quickly. But I feel like that's always a good call. You know, you got your big tight end. You've got a secondary that, from what we've seen on tape, hasn't always played up to their best ability. So,
absolutely,
you know, targeting your big guy. And Brendan Tormey this year has had some very good hands. He caught that one touchdown earlier off a bobble, and why not try and, you know, give him one more?
They brought the pressure off the edge that time, and there was no blocking, so Peyton Leach had to get rid of that one very quickly. Looks like they're trying to do that again, but Miles Richardson on the end now.
We'll see if Richardson comes across and gets that block.
Inside handoff to Richardson.
Tried to wait and find a hole, but nothing opened up. Third down after maybe a loss on that one. Actually, they just call it no gain. Third down and 15 upcoming. Knights got the ball on the onside kick or the squib kick and had a good drive going.
With it.
You know that they're going to want to finish this one off.
They are at the 18-yard line, so it's third down and 15 to go.
Yeah, that first down sitting right near the 3-yard line. But for me, if it's me, I'm firing 2 to the end zone here. I'm not working to get that first down. Snap comes, pressure immediately there. Matty Spackman's the man open, has a blocker in front of him, tries to cut up field and is eventually dragged down. after a modest gain. Going to bring up a 4th down and about 7. Good job by the Knights again, using that little bit of cushion there to try and get Matty Spackman in space. Bradley Baumgartner did a good job stepping up and putting a block out there.
Freedom Cowboys are giving cushion, but they are also coming up to make the tackle on those wide plays. And it looks like
Knights going to send out the field goal
unit.
It will put them up by 8 points if they are able to knock it down. Got a big breeze coming in now, as you can probably hear on the microphone.
At the back of the field goal kicker.
Might help him out, but the delay of game, 5 seconds to go. 4, 3, 2. Got to do the snap off. They do.
This kick
it is up,
and
it is a fantastic kick. Mac Mills goes out there and drills a field goal, and that's going to put the Knights up by 8.
And Mac Mills earns his money for today as he kicks it away. The Knights are able to extend their lead.
You know that they would have loved to have a touchdown, but that gives you a little bit of an assurance if the Cowboys are able to get a touchdown and go for 2. You'll have a tie game. A good job getting the snap off in time, but Mills drills that one from long range. Very unusual to see a kicker at this level of the game, but Mac Mills acquitting himself very well.
Absolutely, and there are several kickers on the Ezekiel Knights team. He just seems to be the one that has beaten all the competition and is doing all the field goals.
Matty Spackman's another one of those kickers who can really just wail on the ball.
Wesley Spear, you see him coming out on the field. He can kick a field goal. There are so many talented guys on this Knights
We'll see what the Knights decide to do if they try and squib another one underneath to maybe one of these guys who maybe doesn't have the best set of hands. And it does come underneath.
It is squibbing,
a little bit of a hop.
A great catch.
And a big hit. Peyton Patchell is not the first man you want to look up and see when you pick up the ball, but
that one fielded well by the Cowboys hands team as they are able to get great field position here in Ezekiel Knights territory with 6 minutes and 2 seconds left in the half, down by 8.
Yeah, they're not exactly the team you want to give the ball to in favorable field position.
Knights have been doing fairly well on defense now, stopping the Cowboys the last couple of times, once by turnover and once for a punt.
Yeah, they've done a little bit of a better job. We'll see what adjustment the Cowboys make. We'll see if they start to turn to the air game. Seen them throw a few in this one so far, but just haven't really been able to connect with anything deep. And that's going to be a flag.
Motion there.
3 flags flying. Everybody's signaling false start. And another self-inflicted penalty going against the Cowboys. That's one thing we've seen with them. The Knights haven't really set them back too many yards, but self-inflicted penalties have hurt them.
And well disciplined, actually. When they get the play off, they make a chunk.
Oh, absolutely.
So it is, it's fortunate for the Knights that the Cowboys do make a couple of mistakes, as they have been playing mistake-free and good football.
And again, they
run a man off the field.
And Jakal Sims is so far out of
position now.
Now going to fire this one underneath.
Something needs to be said about that.
He walked off right beside the official.
Incredibly illegal. That's a legal procedure, and they've done it 4 or 5 times. These officials aren't even looking at that. And this official on this side is just nodding his head over here. That is impossible to defend. That is wrong by the officials. Wrong.
Yeah,
and again, he's running back into the field. There are 9 men on the field right now.
Yeah, you
and one of them is going to run off.
And he's running off again.
See, that is very confusing to a defense. That is illegal procedure. It's just like cheating.
2nd down and 6 now. Snap comes. Going to be a quarterback keeper trying to find some space. Has the first down, and Peyton Patchell ends up making the tackle.
Again, I don't care what they say about me. That is reprehensible by the officials. They allow things to go on and on and on. 3 or 4 men moving before the snap of the ball. They allow you to run people out of the formation and out of the huddle on the sidelines. That is reprehensible. It is wrong. Confusing the defense. It's like 9 against 8.
1st down and 10 now. Snap comes. That's going to be a quarterback keeper again. He has space on the outside, and it's going to be a foot race to the end zone. Peyton Leach trying to catch him.
And he gets in.
It's going to be a touchdown. A great play by the Cowboys that time. Going to be a quarterback keeper all the way. And we are 2 points away from having a tie football game. Ran that triple option there. You saw the man come in motion, fake handoff to him, and then a fake to the running back. Allowed a lot of space for the QB to run into.
And it looks like they're going to go for 2 now. They've got 2 men on the wide side of the field, way over here.
They're going to try and tie this game up.
Again, over his head, and unfortunately, he just was not able to get the timing on that one.
And the Knights stay with a 2-point lead.
A 2-point lead.
We'll see what Ezekiel try and respond with.
Again, the officials were down here talking it over.
I think they said an ineligible man downfield.
Ineligible downfield. No flag comes out though. It's just kind of we're starting to get starting to get an idea.
We'll take a quick look at one of our sponsors before this kickoff. We've got Gray's Tire offering services for over 20 years. Family run with friendly service, full range of car service needs. With 6 locations from Prattville, Montgomery, Auburn, Wetumpka, and now Tallahassee. There's a Gray's near you. Knights get set to take the ball over again. Kyle Sims, the man back deep to recover this one. Matty Spackman and Corey Murphy, the 2 closer guys, and maybe the chance of a squib kick.
Big space in the middle of the field there as Miles Richardson is up on the line there to stop the onside kick. So we're going to see how this rocks on.
He was also telling Matty Spackman maybe scoot up a little bit. He and Corey Murphy now step back. We'll see what the Cowboys can do here with this kick. Usually they've decided to knock them all deep, but we'll see what they do here. And that is a huge kick. That's going to go well out of the back of the end zone. That is a bomb.
He pounds it if it doesn't.
Nearly cleared the fence on the backside.
Great kicking job by the Freedom Cowboys as they kick that one. When they say kick it away, they kick it away.
Yeah, with Kyle Sims back there, you don't really want to risk them having the Knights the opportunity to put it in the hands of the dangerous number 6. And Ezekiel lead by 2, 4:34 to go here in this first half. We'll see what the Knights can draw up here and maybe try and reclaim a more sizable lead. Baumgartner and Spackman, the 2 receivers set. Snap comes. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. A little bit of space to run. Still on his feet, but eventually dragged down for not much.
No gain at all on that play as the Cowboys come straight in with the run blitz.
Anytime Corey Murphy's out there on the field, they are bringing pressure immediately. We'll watch that one again. Murphy tried to bounce. He bounced away from a couple of tacklers, but just not able to get any space going. Peyton Leach, the most successful runner for the Knights so far in this game. Again, a big cushion for Baumgartner and Spackman on the far side. Snap comes underneath. Leach looks that way, going to fire across the field. That's going to be a hold.
Right there. If that's not passing,
as Bradley Baumgartner got snagged as he was running that deep post route, and that's going to be a first down.
That's a good play by the Cowboys because had he not grabbed him, that was 6.
Yeah, like we said, that's probably their biggest struggle on the defensive side is that secondary unit. And when Peyton Leach is throwing the ball well, he's going to cause them a lot of problems. That time the speedster Bradley Baumgartner got hung up, grabbed by the corner, and it's going to be a first down and 10 for the Knights.
There's only 10 yards on that pass interference.
I think they called it maybe a holding rather than a pass interference call. Maybe the only thing I could assume on that one. This one to Bradley Baumgartner again. Gets a good block against Matty Spackman. Tries to cut away, and he picks up about 8 on that one.
The senior with the speed, Bradley Baumgartner, gets his first catch of the day, and he makes a move on the sideline, makes a guy miss, and gets 8 for his trouble.
I think that may be his second catch. He had that one catch on the other end that went for a short 3rd down. Good job getting up there. That pass from Peyton Leach still a little bit high.
But it looks like he's getting dialed in as he's starting to get closer and closer on these receivers now. 2nd down and about 2.
You know, if the Knights want to score, they want to do it with as little amount of clock left as possible. As we get down to about 3 minutes to go here, this is going to be a handoff to the near side. A little bit of space to run. Corey Murphy trying to get around the edge. Has the 1st down and more. And eventually scrambles out of bounds. But that's the most successful run for Corey Murphy now in this game.
And he gets quite a few on that play. It's going to be a 1st down. He's moving so fast that
he did a good job just to get around the edge, and as soon as he did, he knew he had the 1st down and more. I think also whenever you line 2 guys up like Baumgartner and Spackman on the far side for the screen passes, you get the blitz coming from that side.
Absolutely.
Trying to knock passes down, and you allow Murphy to run into space. And again, Baumgartner and Spackman, the 2 receivers set to the far side. This time it's Miles Richardson in. We could see a Peyton Leach run this time. Snap comes, and he's going to fire to Spackman. Good block by Bradley Baumgartner. He fumbles the ball and able to recover it. That's going to be a loss of about 1. Baumgartner tried to push that corner to the inside, but he was just able to slip by him, get a hand on that football, but a good job by Spackman to recover it.
And it looks like he just drops that one as he got really excited about getting away there. And he just forgot to take the ball with him.
Couple of fumbles from both sides tonight, or today rather, on a very nice Florida afternoon. Couldn't ask for much better weather, to be honest.
The only turnover, though, has been the interception.
Both teams have thrown an interception, I think.
Absolutely.
This time snap, looks at Baumgartner, thought about the screen, but going to take it off on his own and goes nowhere but backwards.
Lost a couple on that play. It's going to be 3rd down and about 14 now for the Knights.
Thought about throwing the screen there, but it looked like it was a fake all the way, but the pressure immediately swallowed up Peyton Leach on that one. This time checking out a few more of the power guys. Baumgartner and Tormey check out. It's Spackman and Murphy, or I'm sorry, Murphy and it looks like Richardson out in the back. Jakyle Sims on this near side has a lot of cushion for him as well. Gonna fire one deep, has a man, but it's gonna be well overthrown and incomplete. Gonna bring up a 4th down and about 13 for the Knights. And with about 1 minute and 28 seconds to go for the Knights, do you go for it here?
And being in the middle of the field, 4th and 13, I think they may punt it away and see if their defense can hold them with just a 2-point lead.
Because so far, the Cowboys have been a very efficient offense, but they haven't been a quick strike one.
Absolutely.
I doubt they've had any drive that's been under 2 minutes.
No long passes, no game-breaking runs so far.
So far, yeah, we might see that change here, but looks like they're going to kick it away. The senior quarterback and punter back there, and Peyton Leach going to kick this one. Has a great
set up for the return. Fair catch called for, and it bounces into the end
zone. It looked like he wanted to catch that one. That would have been an awful decision, but he lets it go out of the back of the end zone.
And the coach will not rip the helmet off his head for making a mistake.
He really looked like he wanted to field that ball.
To field that one.
Luckily for him, that ball kicked straight back into the end zone. He might have tried to pick it up. We'll take a quick look at one of our sponsors before the Cowboys take over. We have Giuseppe's Italian Restaurant located at 231 on Blue Ridge Parkway between Wetumpka and Montgomery. They offer a full Italian menu, including pizza plus live entertainment and karaoke, as well as dine-in and takeout. And the Cowboys a chance to try and reclaim a lead. We'll see what the Knights can do here on the defensive side of the ball to try and stop them. And they are going to throw. Brennan Tormey trying to put some pressure on. That's a deep ball and overthrown. And it looks like he pulled up a little bit.
And I think he may have hurt himself being pulled up a little bit. I hear them saying that he stopped running, but I think he stopped running because he may have hurt himself.
We'll watch on again on the replay. Elijah Ward in coverage did a good job staying in a good position there. Got a little bit of a shove, actually, too, from the receiver, and that one falls incomplete.
Oh, no, that could be Elijah Ward. Looks like he might have landed on him.
Yeah, might have done.
Long play. It's going to be second down now.
And again, they break the huddle with 9 men, and that's going to drag Elijah Ward out of position. And now they don't know what they're doing.
They have to call a timeout there as they have 9 men in the huddle too many times. That this is a legal procedure every single time, and they are not calling it. That's reprehensible by the referees. That's 3 times they've broken the huddle with more than 8 players.
Well, and the weird thing about that one was they only had 7 on the field at that point. I just counted them off, and they had 8 on the field, and one of them was running off the field, and then they called a timeout.
Oh, because they only had
seven on the field.
7 guys on the field. That's a little bit of confusion by the Cowboys.
Very confused.
And that's not helping them. As good as they've played, they've made some mistakes now.
Yeah, that's just a procedural thing. That's why they called the timeout, but we'll see what they draw up on this one.
There's 1 minute and 12 seconds left before the half. There's plenty of time for them to get down the field, but they can't make mistakes like that.
No, second down and 10. Man comes in motion. Snap, and that's going to be a false start. The running back looked like he went a little bit early there. And that's going to back him up 5 more.
This Cowboy offense melting down here, making mistake after mistake here on this last drive. And great respect for these guys, but they have made a couple of mistakes that may be drive killers.
Yeah, and they've really only been setting themselves back. The Knights offense is not, or Knights defense, and that's going to be another flag.
Be another false start as they're just moving before the snap of the ball.
That time it was the receiver on this near side, the number 20. The quarterback still took a big shot at the end of that one as well because the referees didn't get their whistle off in time.
Well, that's 10 yards walking backwards.
Second down and 20 now.
No time should have gone off the clock, but it looks like 3 seconds have elapsed off. There's 1 minute and 9 seconds left in the second half. And they're
Knights just going to want to play fundamental football here and not give up anything silly. Second and 20. Snap comes. This time it does come off clean. Quarterback rolls out, going to throw this one underneath, and that was well caught
there. Outstanding play.
It looked like he bobbled that catch a little bit, was able to contain it, and now running down the field, but not realizing the clock is still running. Third down and about 5 to go. Cowboys not going to want to jump again because they're in their hurry up a little bit now. Snap comes, quarterback drops back, looks to throw, has time, now going to fire this one across the middle, and it's a little too long as a 4th down now.
Just a very little too long, actually. That was a pretty good throw there, but
we'll watch that one again. Had plenty of time in the pocket to throw, and just a little bit too long. Threw that one into double coverage, going up against Peyton Leach.
And just missed him there, a few yards too deep. And they're going to go for it on 4th down.
Actually, it looks like they're going to come back to punt now.
Well, they're dropped.
It looked like they did want to go for it, but they're going to bring up Jakyle Sims just in case of the fake on this 4th down and 5.
Watch for the fake here.
Knights can get the ball back with a couple of seconds to go. And that's a big kick.
Straight out. Takes a bounce.
And that's going to take a big
way down.
Going to be down on the 10-yard line. Great kick.
22 seconds. It looks like it's going to be, there's a flag on the field now. And we're not sure what this is about.
And the coach getting heated with one of his players, saying it was a stupid penalty. And what would have been Knights in really bad position may get helped out a good bit here, depending on what the flag was.
Like it might be a personal foul.
Yeah, and if it is, it's going to give them 15. And it is personal foul against the kicking team. So that's going to be at the end of the play. And they should be up near the 25-yard line now.
Again, another unfortunate penalty for the Freedom Cowboys as they look like they wanted to get off the field. This may not hurt them very much when there's only 19 seconds left. But a personal foul that gets you from Ezekiel 10 to the Ezekiel 25.
And when you've got a Knights team, like you've got fast guys out there, if you're set up on the 10-yard line, maybe you decide to take a knee, but now we're on the 25, maybe you decide to take a shot downfield.
And we're going to see here in just a second as the Knights break the huddle
Matty
at their own
Spackman
25.
And Jakyle Sims, the two guys spread out wide. No real deep safety, just some very soft coverage on the outside. Snap comes, going to fire this one underneath to Sims. That ball
does
not very well thrown.
Still 15 seconds left, and it's going to be second down.
A lot of soft coverage with no safety down the field there. What do you think? Maybe a deep post route to the middle of the field? They've got a lot of space to run into. Now they're going to set a safety back. Not likely to see a lot of pressure coming. Second down and 10. Snap comes, drops back, fires to Spackman, has a lot of space to run on the far side, and he has the first down, but he probably wanted to get out of bounds there. Knight's going to take a timeout.
And Knight's going to take this last timeout, I believe.
Spackman had a lot of room to run.
They're letting this one run out as the Knights are not going to
didn't have another timeout. And the Knights take a 2-point lead into halftime. A very entertaining, high-scoring game. The Knights trying to make it to their second championship game in 2 years. The Freedom Cowboys trying to prove that their win against the Knights in the regular season wasn't a fluke. We'll see what team comes out the better of the two. We've got about 24 minutes left to see who's going to make it into the national championship game.
And I believe the Knights are catching up here as they are in the first quarter. The Cowboys were totally unstoppable.
Absolutely.
Just ridiculous. It was very, they were having a hard time containing the Cowboys offense.
And for the Cowboys, it looked like they kind of adjusted their game plan a little bit. They went away from the option in the run. They decided to put the ball in the air a little bit more, and the Knights defense was just able to do a better job at it. The Knights offense, though, started out hot, had a quick ball to Matty Spackman for a touchdown, and then was a little bit hot and cold. Not a lot of room to run, especially with Corey Murphy, but able to find a couple of quick shots for a handful of touchdowns. Brendan Tormey got on the score sheet, and Peyton Leach also found the end zone with his feet. So we've got a very well-poised second half upcoming. The Knights and the Cowboys trying to battle this one out for a chance to play in a state or in a national championship game. But we're going to take a quick break. We'll go over, and we've got a couple of interviews with a couple of people around the Ezekiel program. So we'll step away and let you guys listen to those.
I'm Jonathan Eklund. I am the head JV football coach for Ezekiel Academy. This is my first year coaching the JV football team. We had a fantastic season this year. We went 7-3 overall, which was a vast improvement from last year, and we're super excited about the future.
Coach, tell me about the highlights of the season this year with your the 7-3 season is a great season for JV.
7-3. I mean, it was fantastic. I mean, we started right out of the gate with a win against North River. We didn't get to play them last year because of COVID and whatnot, but we started hard, and the season just built from there. This is probably the most talented JV team that I have seen since the seniors on the varsity team came through JV, and it turned out to be a fantastic season because of all the talent that we had this year.
You also helped coach with the varsity team and work with those guys. Tell me kind of how JV and varsity integrate together, getting these guys moving through from JV to varsity.
Oh yes, it's absolutely critical because the JV for Ezekiel is the feeder program that feeds into varsity. Of course, they pick up players here and there, but it's the main feeder starting from 6th and 7th grade all the way up through 10th grade. And teaching them the basic fundamentals is really important. And, we run a lot of the same stuff, defensive and offensive schemes and whatnot. So it makes it real easy, especially for the 9th and 10th graders when Coach Wilson calls them up to play. They already know what they're doing, and it makes a big difference to add depth to that varsity team.
You have a player who's, this is a homeschool team, but when you have a player, what is kind of your recruitment when they're coming looking at Ezekiel, and maybe at the JV level telling them, hey, this is why you want to come to Ezekiel?
Well, it just starts with about building relationships with that particular person and kind of explaining, the day-to-day stuff, how our practices operate, how our games work, the places we're able to play. Like this year, we were fortunate enough to play at Hohenberg Field in Wetumpka, which is a fantastic stadium that used to belong to Wetumpka High School, but now the city has taken it over. But to be able to play in a stadium like that and an environment like this, especially following what the varsity has been able to accomplish the last 2 seasons, when you can look at a kid in the eye and say, hey, our varsity just won 2 back-to-back state championships, that is a big deal in bringing kids in so they can move up to that level and accomplish the same thing.
All right, Coach, congrats on the season. Thanks a lot.
Thank you much.
Hi, I'm Michelle Darnell, and I am the JV and varsity cheer coach for Ezekiel Academy.
How many cheerleaders do you have in the program?
This year we have 12.
And if someone wants to get started in cheerleading with Ezekiel, kind of tell us the process and kind of the time frame and what they need to do.
Okay, so right now we're actually doing winter workouts at Titans Gymnastics on Fridays from 3 to 4, but then we'll start spring workouts in March. Tryouts will be about mid-April, and then our season starts in May with summer workouts. We work all through the summer, and then football season starts in August.
So if somebody's asking about cheerleading with Ezekiel, tell them all the things that the cheerleaders do. Like when they come into cheerleading, what are you guys doing?
Okay, so the cheerleaders cheer for all the away and home football games, the home basketball games, and we pretty much do halftime. We help support our players. That's really just what we
Tonight y'all have done a
yeah.
tonight.
we try to encourage the players by doing special things for them the Thursdays or Tuesdays before games, or Mondays actually before games. So something exciting that we got to do this year was this is the first year that we ever went away to cheer camp, and so we got to go to Auburn University this summer for UCA cheer camp, and that really helped sync our team together and give us new skills that we have not previously ever had in the history of Ezekiel cheerleading. And so that's something that we're looking forward to keeping up this coming year. Probably the biggest highlight of cheerleading is getting to play for state championships and national championships. So we're really excited about this weekend and hoping to bring home a national title.
All right, thank you.
And we are back here live as Ezekiel Knights lead Freedom 22-20 here at halftime. Got about 8:32, and we've got one of our coaches who could not make the trip, and I'm going to see if I can bring him in on a call. Coach Bowden. Hey, Coach, can you hear me? All right, Coach, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
A little bit of technical difficulties there with that. We'll see if we can get that worked out. But right now, Ezekiel leads 22-20 Freedom as we've got about 7 minutes left here in halftime. And we will be back shortly with the second half.
I can hear him. I don't know why he couldn't hear me. said streams acting. One second.
All right, Coach, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can. Maybe talk a little bit louder.
Yeah.
All right, Coach, while we got you up and running, give me your thoughts on the first half.
Well, you know, the first thing I want to tack into is, you know, I'm not an offensive guy, but I do see that Freedom's defense is playing, 20 yards off the ball. I mean, we've got to go, short game there. Hunter's doing a great job of calling the offense. He checked down the fast screens, but we've got to be able to execute on stuff like that, whether Peyton Leach isn't getting the ball out there fast enough or, Matty just, catching or trying to run before he catches the ball. It's little things like that.
And do you want to give us a little hint where you are?
Yeah, so I'm currently in Nashville, Tennessee, watching the game from our apartment that we're at for the week, or for the weekend, excuse me. I engaged, me and my girlfriend, now fiance, got engaged yesterday. She said yes, surprisingly. So,
well, congratulations to both of you guys.
Thank you.
I see, Coach, if you're talking to the defense, what are you going to tell those guys if you're over there right now?
Well, so all they're doing is they're going with what they would call a false pull. So on their offensive run plays, they are pulling. So say they're running left, they're going to pull the guard and the tight end to the right, and then they're running back from where the pull came from. So our defensive ends have got to keep our containment. You know, I do preach to them, stay in the hip pocket, continue to attack, because wherever the pull goes, that's where the ball is going. But not in this case. Freedom has put in a false pull to where they're running back from the pool. So what we've got to do is our ends have got to stay contained, and our linebackers have to flow a lot better.
All right, Coach, thank you and congratulations, and hopefully we will see you Monday night.
Absolutely. Hey, if they pull this one out, I'll be happy to see those boys. I'll be happy to be out there with them.
All right, guys, Coach Bowden. Thanks, Coach.
Thank y'all.
They had Coach Bowden coming in as we get set here, about 3.5 minutes going at halftime. And we'll try to get through and play highlights.
Backman takes it to the house.
75 yards on that one. Touchdown, Knights.
Man in motion this time. Snap comes. It's going to be a quarterback keeper all the way. Tries to bounce it outside, and it's going to be a touchdown. Freedom Cowboys.
Excellent blocking there for the...
Snap comes, and they do fire it to him. He's able to hang on to it, and it's going to be a touchdown. Brennan Tormey, great hands. And then
football.
Absolutely. You have to have a guy on both the quarterback and the running back.
And if you got guys getting blocked as well, that's successful. Now,
does a great job, and it's going to be a foot race to the end zone. Touchdown, Knights.
That's going to be a touchdown. But they look like they're marking it out of position now.
Now going to fire this one underneath.
Something needs to be said about that.
He walked off right beside the official.
There you have the highlights from first half. These teams are warming up out on the field. See Ezekiel getting ready to come back on. Freedom over here to my left.
Yep, both
getting fired up.
Getting ready to go. An interesting first half, to say the least. Both teams.
Yep. Benjamin, you and Darryl, your thoughts on the first half, real quick. We got Coach Bowden's perspective.
Well, I think the defensive I think they've done a good job adjusting and making an adjustment to slow down this offense that the Cowboys really ran rampant in the first quarter, especially. But the defense did a good job, made an adjustment, and started to slow them down. I think for the Knights, the biggest thing is going to be offensive production. They've got to start getting guys into space. The run game up the middle just has not worked for the moment, especially with guys like Corey Murphy. Every single time they decide to put the ball in his hands, he's got someone in his face in the backfield. I think running outside into space and finding passes underneath where you get real soft coverage, get it to your speed guys when they have 5 to 6 yards to work, and just trust them to go out there and beat them man. The only key to that is just Peyton Leach is just going to have to be a little bit more accurate whenever he's firing those outside. It's an easy throw, but even then you still have to be accurate when you throw it. Knights going to kick this one away. Cowboys will receive after they deferred from the first half. They trail by 2, but it is very much an even contest right now.
We get underway here. Turn it back over to Daryl and Benjamin.
We'll see what the Knights do here. They were able to pick up an onside kick in that second quarter. Knights just about winning the turnover battle. And it's going to be another onside kick. It's a high bounce.
Beautiful bounce there.
And he's got a little bit of room to run around the edge, but he meets Elijah Ward, able to bounce away from him and try and find some space. And there's Peyton Patchell there to try and clean it up, and the gang piles on. And they got the
pile at the 47-yard line.
They got the home crowd fired up a little bit, but a lot of running, unfortunately, for not a lot of gain. Elijah Ward did a good job. We haven't called his name a ton tonight, but whenever he's been called upon, he's made some good tackles and played very well in coverage. We'll see what kind of adjustments the Knights defense makes. Like we said, they got ran over early on, but they've done a good job to adjust. We'll see if they can keep it going here. You feel like every single time someone comes out of the halftime break, and when you get the ball first, you're obviously going to have a little bit more of a scripted drive. We'll see what the Cowboys can do. Man in motion. Snap comes. It's going to be a handoff underneath. A little bit of room to run. Picks up about 5 on that one.
A good first effort there by the Cowboys as they do good blocking inside.
That's one thing for the Cowboys is they're never behind the chains. They very rarely, unless it's of their own doing, get set up with a second down and long. 2nd and 5 upcoming.
Cowboys taking their time. You know, they got the tempo in the first half, and I think they've stopped doing that because they were making a lot of mistakes.
Snap, and it's going to be a quarterback keeper. This time has a hole, has a first down, tries to bounce away, and is still on his feet.
Tackle.
And eventually gets dragged down after a gain of about 15, and that's going to be another first down for the Cowboys.
Knights not able to bring down number 9 from the Freedom Cowboys. They just can't put him on the ground and make him stay there.
He's done a really good job of getting away from a lot of tackles tonight.
That's going to be a first down in Knights territory at the 35-yard line.
Man in motion. Snap comes, and it's going to be a quarterback keeper again. Not as much of a hole, but just a dog pile pushing forward. About 4 yards short of the first down on that one.
Actually, it's going to be 2nd and about 6 there as they get about 4 on that. That's different.
Maybe about 5. Maybe somewhere in between.
Yeah.
Pushing forward. We just saw that dog pile push forward on that first down. But again, not getting set behind the chain. 2nd down and 5. It really kind of opens up a playbook to do whatever you want. And, of course, you know they're probably going to want to keep the ball on the ground with this little option run.
Option run is working for these Cowboys.
Snap, and it's going to be a quarterback keeper again. This time swallowed up very quickly. Well diagnosed by the Knights.
Peyton Patchell stays at home this time, and no gain on this play.
Well, and we talked about with defense, as far as playing against an option goes, it's not physical based. It's more assignment based.
Assignment football.
Usually you have to have a guy assigned to a quarterback and one assigned to the running back.
And in 11-man football, you can say hit the quarterback every time.
Every time, yep, absolutely.
8-man football, it's personnel. You know, you have to say, okay, you got to read that guy reading you.
And for the Knights, they do have obviously a great defensive unit, but the offensive line of the Freedom Cowboys has done a good job containing there. And he's going to have just enough for the first down. That was one thing we saw a lot of against the Tennessee Heat. They ran that fake pitch to the outside. And there's a quarterback keeper again. But again, that's another just a form of the option play. Quarterback's got a chance to look up, see if he really wants to put that ball outside. And he decided he wanted to go underneath with it and picked up the first down. A lot of time being eaten off of this clock. 8:40 to go.
Good first drive, though, for the Cowboys.
And they bring another man onto the field, and he just walked off. Very confused. Man in motion, snap, and it's going to be a quarterback keeper again. And that one goes for about 3. Second down and 7 now upcoming. Usually whenever your defense plays like this, one of two things is going to happen. Either the offense will eventually make a mistake somewhere or your defense will start to wear down.
Absolutely.
We're kind of in that point now where the defense might be getting a little bit worn down, but the same thing goes for the offensive line. That offensive line is going up against a lot of big guys coming from that linebacker core of the Knights. We'll see who can just hold up the longest. Second down and 7, under 8 minutes to go here in this third quarter. Snap, a little bit of a high one. It's going to be a handoff outside. Has some space to run. There's going to be a flag comes down. Yeah, that's going to be coming back.
The obvious hold there. It looks like it's going to come from about the line of scrimmage.
That's been one thing that they've just really struggled with is self-inflicted injuries. Whitehead waiting for the signal. And they called an illegal block in the back against the defense.
That is very confusing. They're saying holding against the defense. I did not get that. That was not a pass play.
Yeah, that's an interesting call by the official there.
First and goal now for the Freedom Cowboys as we're scratching our heads trying to figure out what the officials have done and why they've done it.
Very odd call. It's hard, obviously, too, when you don't have a microphone on the ref and then you can't really hear what he's saying. It's going to be a handoff underneath after the little reverse. Has some space to run, but he's going to be brought down.
Touchdown.
And it's going to be called a touchdown. He got right up to the goal line, and the Cowboys will retake a lead.
Excellent drive by the Cowboys as they started up here after the onside kick at about their 47-yard line and just drove it down the Knights' throat.
Short field to work, but a long drive, no doubt. And with 7:25 to go here, we'll see if we can't get that one on the replay before we get this 2-point conversion.
Too, when you don't have a microphone on
a good little end around handoff, or it looked like quarterback keeper, and then he just plants that one in the chest of his running back, and they were able to find the end zone. This time we're going to go under center, and it's going to be a quarterback keeper, and it is
a dozer there as they run down the middle of the field, and they're able to score against these Knights. 7 minutes and 25 seconds left, so that's a good long drive for these Cowboys.
This game's slowly starting to feel like whoever has the ball last might win it.
Absolutely.
And the Knights now coming out from halftime. We'll see what their well-rested offense can do. And that opening drive, they went one play, 80 yards to Matty Spackman on a opening play from scrimmage touchdown. We'll see what they draw up coming out into this second half. Obviously, college football also going on today, Darryl. A little bit different playing on a Saturday. So if you decided to tune in here on YouTube, we definitely appreciate you watching. A couple of good games on the TV today. Also, I think Oklahoma lost for their first time this year.
Yes, and we have a ticker that's going across the bottom, but it's not college scores.
Not college scores.
From around the state.
Another little bit of a shocker a couple weeks ago. I think Thompson also suffered their first loss. Obviously the big team out of Alabama.
With national championship implications.
Absolutely,
Thompson was very high ranked. And this looks a little bit different. You know, they're not lined up as they usually do for their kickoffs. They don't come out in a huddle, or they have not yet this time. So
yeah, I'm curious to see what they're gonna try here. Taking a long time to talk this one over. They are gonna break it. We'll see what they draw up here on the kickoff. Again, the usual suspects out there for the Knights on the hands team.
Kicker is
that kickoff is
poised
long.
to kick it way deep.
And Sims just going to watch it,
Well,
make
watch
sure
it
it
bounce
just
in the end zone.
barely hit that. It just barely touched the end zone, and it came out of it as well. So luckily for Sims, he didn't have to pick that one up. For the huddle, it didn't really seem like there was probably too much of a play call.
No, that was
Kicker goes up there, says, "Yeah, I'm just going to kick it out of the end zone." And
we just kind of
did
wanted to talk it over just a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Before we kick it to the moon.
And the Knights set up again, going to try and go out there and respond to this Cowboys. 6-point lead for the Cowboys, and Bradley Bumgarner and Matty Spackman, the two receivers set, and it's Leach and Murphy in the backfield. Murphy going to slide over to Leach's right. It's going to be a handoff, and it's going to be Corey Murphy finding a little bit of space to run. Has a man to beat, and he's going to tiptoe down the sideline. Corey Murphy going to try and take it to the house, and it's a foot race. 10-5, touchdown, Knights. Corey Murphy finds his first time in the end zone.
And the answer is number 7, Corey Murphy, 75 yards.
I believe it's 80 yards. I think
it's
they
80 yards. They started at the
20.
20. 80 yards. That's going to pad his stats just a little bit.
Well, and we saw that with Evangel last week. Not a lot of, kind of low grinding it out runs for Corey Murphy, but he busted a few of them big. And that time, the constant effort came good, and they're gonna go down to the opposite side as we take a look at this replay. Good blocking up front, good adjustment by Peyton Leach to slide him over, and once he gets into the open field, not only is he hard to stop, but he's fast. He's so deceivingly fast, and he tiptoes down the sideline for a touchdown.
Well, I'm going to let you give the complicated drive summary here. One play.
Well, again, that's the second time the Knights have come out and scored on their opening play from
scrimmage. And if they could do that every time, this game would not be a contest.
It makes it a lot easier game when you can do that every time.
Freedom Cowboys have come to play, though, and we're very interested to see how this one's going to turn out as the running game has opened up now for the Knights.
Extra point attempt coming from Mills. It is blocked. And that got the Cowboys hyped up a little bit. And once again, we are tied at 28. Well, we thought the state championship between Evangel and Ezekiel was a good one. This one equally as good. The Knights' quick strike offense playing up against a really grinding it out Freedom Cowboys offense. So we'll see which of the two can come out the best. We've got about 7:09 to go here in this third quarter. Freedom set to take the ball away again, but before they do, we can take a quick look at one of our sponsors. We've got Robert Morris Attorney, located in Deatsville, Alabama. If you're in need of legal services, they serve the River region. Just call 334-569-1820.
And Robert Morris is the danger man when it comes to legal matters. You definitely want to have him on your side.
Yeah, he is the head coach of the basketball team as well, Daryl. And we, of course, will have basketball coming up in a couple of weeks, or actually this week more than likely.
He is definitely multi-talented and multitasking.
Most
Robert
definitely.
Morris.
Also the head coach of this Knights JV team as well.
This one kicked right into the hands of the
well
Cowboys
caught.
player.
And has a chance to maybe get a chance at this one. Going to cut it around the edge. And there's a huge block came in. And they're going to start out again with great field position, this time in Knights territory.
Going to be in Ezekiel territory this time, as this one gets caught like a wide receiver. He caught that one like a slant and takes off running. Good blocking downfield.
Jack Helms took a shot on the end of that one, but popped up and said good hit. Helms, of course, had that interception in the first half.
This time they start at the Ezekiel 44-yard line with the short field in front of them. They were very successful on the last drive.
Trying to get this snap off kind of quickly, as we're under 8 seconds now on this play clock. And they do get it off in time. It's going to be a pitch out to this near side. A lot of pressure coming from the Knights to try and get there, and they do, but He'll pick up about 1. Miles gives a thumbs up to the sideline, saying maybe they saw something there and they really read it well.
They're going to say no gain on the play, but it looks like they're going to get about a yard on that one. They really set it up. Second down, and Cowboys go tempo now. They're lining right back up.
The Knights have done a good job with any kind of straight running, but whenever it comes to the option of the quarterback keeper, that's when they've really struggled. Trying to get the play in. 14 seconds now on the play clock. Shotgun snap. Going to be a handoff, and pressure comes immediately. This time it's the big senior, number 1, Miles Richardson. Brings him down for a big loss on that one.
He was giving the thumbs up on the sidelines earlier, and he was not blocked the play before. And this time he makes them pay as he comes straight through, shoots the gap, and gets the man.
Maybe Miles was saying to the coaches, I found a matchup I like on the offensive line. And he took great advantage of it there.
On the option, there's somebody that comes unblocked. And if that person is not coming up the field, you don't have to be responsible for him. And they better be responsible for Miles if they have swapped him to the inside.
He's one guy you always want to cover. Snap comes, quarterback has to drop, look at the throw, fires one long, and it looks like it might be intercepted. And they're saying a catch was made. The officials talking it over, and they say it was a catch going the way of the Cowboys. We'll watch that one again on the replay. Good coverage by Ward, and it looks like that's such a hard one to call. They were tangled up.
Ward takes the ball away.
Ward came up with it.
Sidelines.
I wonder if, I guess they were saying he caught it,
and then it was taken away after he went out of bounds. But you're supposed to handle that ball all the way to the ground.
Finishing the process of the catch.
Yes, absolutely. So,
and again,
fortunate. They also break the huddle with multiple.
No, actually, they're going to bring it back on now. Again, that's the second time they've done that. They've tried to bring him off and only had 7 on the field. A little bit of confusion going against the Cowboys here as we are under 5 minutes, and they're going to have to call a timeout.
Line there.
Yeah, we have our camera was right in front of that catch. We'll watch it again here.
You get a piece of tape you up.
Oh, and that was no doubt that was an interception. We'll watch it again. That ball was clearly in the hands of Elijah Ward. If we back it up, it was definitely not a catch.
And again, the officiating gives the Freedom Cowboys an advantage there, as this is a 50-50 ball as they go to the ground. And we're looking at this on the replay, and Elijah Ward has this football in his hand.
Yeah, if anyone has it, he's got it. And there he clearly takes it away. That should be Ezekiel Knight's football.
Ow, got caught. He was right in front of him.
Well, we'll see if the Knights can try and hold off this Freedom Cowboys defense, or the Freedom Cowboys offense. Snap comes, handoff, tries to bounce it outside, does a good job to cut up field, and goes down after some tough running. Gain of about 9, and that's going to be a second down and short.
But inside the 5-yard line, as these Cowboys take advantage of the fortunate call that they get there. It looks like all the calls have gone the Cowboys' way today.
Yeah, a couple of fortuitous calls. That one being a huge one. That would be a big Knights takeaway, as this is still a tie game with.
And the worst thing it could have been, again, a man runs
break the huddle
with multiple guys. That is illegal procedure every single time.
They only have 7 on the field, I think. And it will be a touchdown.
Even when you do that with few, you can't run a guy off the field.
Yeah, you can't be running a guy off the field.
You can't cover a guy who's running off the field.
Well, a couple of fortuitous calls going the Cowboys' way on that drive. What would have been an interception is a big completion, and now the touchdown has the Cowboys leading 34-28.
Cowboys going for 2 now.
Yeah, going to line this one up under center. Saw a quarterback sneak the last time. This time,
another quarterback sneak,
and it is no good.
No good. They stopped them at the middle of that Ezekiel line stiffens
And
up.
they call it no good. It took a minute for them to get the signal, but the defense gets a good stand there on the 2-point conversion.
Knights and Cowboys trading punches here in the third quarter.
We'll watch the touchdown again. Well, really, I just want to count and see how many guys they had on the field. So running one off. So there was only 7 on the field as they ran a man off.
And that is illegal procedure to run a guy off the field
After you break the huddle,
out of formation or out of the huddle. Illegal procedure every time.
Because you're always gonna have a guy stepping, especially if he's a wide receiver. You're always gonna have a guy stepping over to cover him.
Running a guy off the field. That's just, actually it's unsportsmanlike. It's cheating every single time.
Whether you have 7 on the field or not, it doesn't matter. Once you break the huddle, nobody can come off the field.
Right, exactly.
Nobody can come off and nobody can go on.
And I guess are the rules different in different places? But because we've seen it go over and over again. We've seen this happen. We saw this happen at Lighthouse several different times. And this is something that officials really should be paying attention to, as well as, you know, giving the wrong guy the ball after an interception on the sidelines down there. It's like you know, very unfortunate calls against the Knights here.
And it is a 6-point Cowboys lead. We'll see what the Knights can respond with. Expect to see this one blasted out of the back of the end zone, but you always wait for that one that might just be an onside kick. That one's squibbed.
And it looks like it might go out of bounds.
Go out of
here,
bounds.
And it is. That, if that's his worst kick of the day, it's still good.
So you don't have too much to complain about.
Really, really good kicker.
One foot down. But you have to catch the ball all the way to the ground. Right, exactly. Yeah. Elijah had the football, but they're not a
Knights getting set up here to try and respond with their offense. Going to get good field position on the 35-yard line after the kick out of bounds. 4:04 to go here in this third quarter of play. Bradley Baumgartner, Matty Spackman, again the 2 receivers set to the near side. Snap comes and quarterback looking to drop, fires to Bradley Baumgartner, great catch and in stride. And he's going to eventually get dragged down after a good pitch and catch. That was Peyton Leach's best throw of the day. And good hands by Bradley Baumgartner, came up a little bit gingerly.
Finally hits Baumgartner on that seam route, and he goes right down the middle. Bradley Baumgartner got a step on his defender. Very successful play.
You can tell he's not quite 100%, but even about 95%, he's still pretty good.
47 yards on that one.
Knights looking to strike quickly again. Baumgartner and Spackman, 2 lined up to the left. Murphy slides over, going to be a handoff underneath, has a hole, trying to find a little more room to run, gets about 8 on that one. And the Knights running game starting to click a little bit better. Again, I think once your quarterback starts really opening up, the defense starts to respect the passing game, and they're not going to bring the blitz quite as often. 2nd down and 2.5 or 3 to go. About 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
Knights have the ball on 21.
Bradley Baumgartner talking something over with Leach, maybe thinking he might get this one. And the ball's on the ground, a missed exchange. And the Cowboys come up with it.
We don't have the ball.
And a missed exchange between Peyton Leach
I don't know where they are.
and Corey Murphy gives the Freedom Cowboys another possession here. And the Knights defense now in a tough spot, forced to try and go out and get a stop of their own.
Knights can't afford mistakes like that.
No, but it was an option play, and Peyton Leach looked like he tried to rip it back away from Corey Murphy, but Corey Murphy was dedicated to it and tried to take it himself. And another mistake going against Ezekiel. That's their 3rd turnover, I believe, so far today. This time, snap, Going to be a end around
on the backside there.
And a little bit of space to run. And he's now going to try and bounce it to the outside. Tries to cut inside and eventually brought down, but not after a huge gain on that one.
Miles Richardson getting manhandled back there.
There is a flag down there in the back of the play. Yeah, they're going to call that one.
Holding all the way.
We'll see that one again on the replay real quick.
Well, you're not going to.
Yeah, hard to see from now. We saw Richardson come in from the backside, and they're going to back him up 10 yards on that one. I think they called an illegal shift, actually.
Illegal shift. That's 5 yards, so that holding wasn't even.
You can see the hole right there very easily on Miles Richardson, but
he covered up the one on his jersey there as multiple fouls on that play, but they did call an illegal shift, which is another unusual. You would think that they would have called that earlier.
Clock continues to roll. We get down to about 2.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Cowboys looking like they're trying to make it to the national championship. Knights trying to keep them from doing so. It's a quarterback keeper. Peyton Patchell closes that hole very quickly. Going to be a second down after no gain on that play.
Looks like they got about 2 on that one.
Yeah, gave him a short 2.
Inside. Good blocking, but it was just an excellent defensive play by Peyton Patchell closing the hole.
Yeah, he found the hole before the quarterback did and decided to close it up.
Clock running, under 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Knights down by 6.
Yeah, again, this game feeling more and more like whoever has the ball last might come away the victors. A lot of mistakes by both teams, but the Cowboys able just to put together a little more consistent offense so far. Quarterback drops back, looks to throw, thinks about the screen, now going to fire it incomplete. Isaiah Zorn was there on the coverage. Good job staying home by Zorn again with the option, and just like the screen, it's all about discipline defending.
Would have been a complete pass there as they had a good idea, but the blocking early as it was thrown behind the line of scrimmage just did not work for the Cowboys, timing off on that play.
Big third down now upcoming. Cowboys were in a similar situation earlier in this game and threw an interception. We'll see what they draw up here on this very big third down. 8 seconds to go on the play clock. Quarterback turns around, takes a look at it. Has to get the snap off. It does come. Drops back, looks at throw. Pressure coming around the backside, and he is wrapped up. And that's Isaiah Zorn able to go back there and bring him down for a huge loss on that one. Trying to duck underneath it, but could not get away from the big number 3.
And it's going to be 4th down in Tennessee.
Yeah, that's a long way now.
Very long way.
We'll watch that one again real quick. Coming off that backside edge, did a great job to get off his blocker and just able to drag him down. Had a little bit of help come in.
Punting out of their end zone now. Corey Murphy is eyeing that thing, licking his chops there. I don't know if they're going to rush this or not.
Oliver Johnson, the man back to kick. Had a good couple kicks so far in this game. That one not so great. A chance for Sims to maybe recover it. He's going to let it go, and it takes an Ezekiel bounce as the Knights are going to take over here on the 37-yard line.
So the Ezekiel defense stands up, and they're trying to keep the Knights in this game. Down by 6.
We'll see what the Knights.
Seconds left in the third quarter.
We'll see what the Knights can do here on offense. It feels like Ezekiel have had a lead a lot of this game, but it feels like they're chasing a lot of it as well. And right now they're chasing 6. That would tie this game up. Baumgartner and Spackman, again the 2 receivers to the far side. Only got 1 man on them, and now they get a second one to slide over. A lot of soft coverage on that side. Snap comes, and this time going to unload. Matty Spackman's right across the field. That was a touchdown.
Both hands on it.
But he drops it. Oh, man. That mean,
sure touchdown. Matty Spackman had both his hands on it.
And it was a
He's
perfect
gonna be
throw.
about that one later on this season.
I mean, that's as good as it gets, and that is a touchdown save.
Yes, but I don't know what. Yeah, but go ahead, plug in. I mean, plug in and get set up. It's right behind you.
Knights set up again. 2nd down and 10.
All of that's good.
We'll see what they draw up here. Snap comes. Leach drops back, looks to throw. Same play, but Not the same result. This time Bradley Bumgarner was the one who was open on the far side, but Leach tried to hit Spackman across the middle. And the Knights, or the Cowboys rather, get away with one, and the Knights now set up with 3rd down and 10. Third down and 10. Got Spackman on the near side. Looks like Jacal Sims on the far side. Leach in the backfield with Murphy and Richardson. Gonna fire this one outside to Sims. Good catch. Tries to get around the edge. Has the first down. Jacal Sims racing down the sideline. Touchdown, Knights! A fantastic play. I have no idea how he brought that thing down. But Jacal Sims finds 6 and ties this football game up for the Knights. And a chance now for the Knights to go ahead with this extra point.
And remember, they blocked the last extra point try.
Good job by Spackman, or good job by Sims there to bring that one down. I have no idea how he got around the corner. It's just straight line speed at that point.
Peyton Leach is in the game now, so it is a very distinct possibility that they may be going for 2.
They are going to go for 2 here. And again, they got that power set up with Richardson and Murphy in the backfield. And that's going to be a quarterback keeper. Tries to cut up field, can't get there. And once again, a tied football game.
14 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. You think we're going to make it out of the 3rd quarter with without another score?
I'm not sure. Knights had 2 opportunities there. Manny Spackman dropped a guaranteed touchdown, but Jacal Sims kind of helps bail out the Knights there with some great speed around the edge. We'll look at that touchdown once more here.
A little bit of the crowd on the other side.
Yeah, we've definitely got a full crowd for Ezekiel, both the Freedom Cowboys and the Knights.
And you can hear the Cowboys now.
We'll watch this one again. It looks like a straight up power set. And Jacal Sims, the low man outside, great catch. And then just burns everybody else with speed. Could have kept on going for a whole nother football field if he wanted to. Knights defense did a great job getting a stand, and now they're asked to do it again. We'll see what Ezekiel decides to do here. I imagine we're going to see another squib kick. 14 seconds to go now. This has been a topsy-turvy game over there, Darryl.
This one bounces a couple of times, and they pick it up.
And again, going to get set up with great field position.
Great field position at the 49-yard line.
9 seconds to go here. The Cowboys going to take over. Well, Darryl, we thought the one against Ezekiel and Evangel was good, but
this one, another generation here as a week later, Knights in a dogfight with these Freedom Cowboys.
Knights, no doubt, acquitting themselves a heck of a lot better than they did in that regular season matchup, but the Freedom Cowboys proven to be just as tough as they always have been.
Knights have not been able to consistently stop the Cowboys when they were on offense.
No, the Cowboys have definitely given them a little bit of help with a couple flags going against them, and that's trying to cut this one outside. Good tackle in the open field by Peyton Hatchell, and we will go into the 4th quarter tied 34-34.
We're going to flip this field now.
Not a lot of movement needed to be had, though.
Freedom Cowboys are going to get to look at this one from a different angle as they'll get to see the play clock for the rest of the game.
Yeah, we've seen that become a little bit of an advantage for either team, so we'll see how it shakes out, Darryl. Both these teams battling for a chance to play for a national title. They will either meet Evangel or they will meet Grace Baptist. Get the field flipped real quick.
This is the good stuff now. It's not going to gum your stuff up. Hold on.
Knights.
Here's some of the Freedom Cowboys fans and coaches over here yelling, but it looks like it's going to be the fourth quarter now is going to decide this one as it comes down to the wire. 2nd and 7 for the Freedom Cowboys inside Ezekiel territory.
12 minutes to go to play for a national championship. It's going to be a little end around again. Knights trying to cover it. Great cut up field. And is eventually dragged down. It might just be enough for a first down.
First down marker.
And they are going to give him the first. That will move the chains. We'll watch it again on replay. Yep. That initial cut is what opened it up for him.
And he leaves Peyton Patchell down on the ground, and he's usually a fairly sure tackler. Just had a bad angle there, and that cut-up field was just dynamite by the Freedom Cowboys.
And for either the winner or the loser of this game, they don't exactly face an easy test. Grace Baptist undefeated, and of course the Evangel Lightning will be one of the 2 teams that you're going to play here to end this season. High snap, well recovered, and going to be brought down after about a 5-yard gain.
Again, Freedom Cowboys getting chunk play after chunk play, 4 or 5 or 6 yards on every down.
Shotgun formation set up for the Cowboys. 2nd down and 5. Using up a lot of that clock. Snap. Going to be a quarterback keeper. Tries to bounce it outside. Not a lot of room to run. Ends up with a face full of sand on that play.
But he does dive to very close to the first down. Just
going to be about
great
3rd down
running
and
by
1.
the quarterback.
Yeah, that was a good patient run there. Waiting for the hole to open up. Big 3rd down here for the Cowboys. Again, this is go for it territory though, so if you're the Knights, you're going to want 2 stops here. We'll see what they draw up here. Cowboys likely going to go for it, so they could take a shot play here if they want to on this short 3rd down. Man comes in motion. Snap, again a little bit high. Going to be a quarterback keeper, met very quickly, but a good 2nd effort has them for a first down.
Number 9 for the Freedom Cowboys, the quarterback goes forward on every play. He is just an outstanding runner.
That's the thing for the Cowboys. They've been met fairly early, close to the line of scrimmage, but just 2nd effort after 2nd effort has them moving the ball very well. First down and 10 now, inside of the 30. Under 10 minutes to go here.
With a tie game now going into the 4th quarter.
Knights offense has been very quick striking. This Cowboys offense very meticulous. High snap again.
Another high snap.
And going to be
nearly
about 5. No flag, and there was a couple of flags flying very late. 3 flags fly in.
Because that was initially we thought we saw a face mask on it.
We'll see what the flag is for. It came in very late on that play.
The very confused officials.
Yeah, talking this one over for
trying to
quite a while.
Like I said, we saw the face
personal
mask.
foul, face mask, and it is going to be against the defense.
And they called it very, very late. Just unusual. Half the distance to the goal line on this one. It's going to be first and goal
right there. We saw that from
10.
Brendan Tormey.
Yeah, Brendan Tormey grabbing the face mask and not the player.
And this is going to be a first down and goal right at the 10-yard line. Snap again, a high one. Going to be a handoff up the middle. Tries to bounce it outside, but it's hard to get away from the big number 7.
Loss of about 3 on that one. It's going to be 2nd and goal from the 13-yard line as Corey Murphy gets off his block and pursues upfield.
We've seen the Knights make a lot of big stands in late in games, a couple of them against the Evangel Lightning a week ago. We'll see if they can do it again here.
This is going to be a very, very big one for the Knights as they are trying to stay in this one. Tie game now.
And with the Knights, or with the Lightning, they were a very spread the field kind of offense, struggled down close to the goal line, but this kind of offense really favors Freedom. They love to be uptight, love to run the ball. This one's going to be a quarterback keeper. Doesn't go anywhere. He got about 4 on that one, I think. Going to be a 3rd down and goal.
3rd and goal from about the 8-yard line. Clock running under 8 minutes. Freedom Cowboys devouring the clock here with these long drives.
Yeah, the Knights have yet to touch the football here in this quarter as we're under 8 minutes now. Good angle there. We see good tackling by the Knights as we get to about 7:50 to go here. 3rd down and goal. 2 big plays upcoming here. And a stutter step in motion, and it's going to be a quarterback keeper again, trying to find the edge. He gets hit hard. It's a fight for the goal line, and he's going to come up short. 4th down and goal.
Goal at the 2, and let's see what they do.
About as close as you can be. We'll watch that one again on the replay before we get to this very important 4th down.
Matty Spackman gets him in the backfield, but he just carries him for about 3 or 4 yards.
The second effort has been very good from this team.
So 4th and goal from the 2-yard line.
And this is about as big of a play as it comes. Would give the Cowboys a lead. Only about 10 seconds to go, though. Trying to get this snap off. 6 to go. 5 right in front of the face of the quarterback. And delay of game. It should be a delay of game, and that flag does come in. Quarterback standing right in front of the play clock. Just didn't look up and see it as it hit 0. And that's going to back him up 5 yards.
And no excuse for that as they're looking right into the play clock as they've been milking time off the clock this entire time. A quick snap and they could have been in the end zone.
And that goes from a 4th down and goal on the 2 to a 4th down and goal on about the 7. They pick up a lot of chunk plays though on the ground. And this kind of offense plays right into their wheelhouse.
We're going to see if the Knights defense can hold.
Only about 5 seconds to snap this when they do get it off though. Going to drop back to throw. Pressure comes quickly and that ball is incomplete.
Incomplete.
Wow, I am surprised they decided to throw that ball on 4th down and goal.
Freedom Cowboys, the most successful running team, I believe, against this Knights defense all year, throws it on a 4th down.
Yeah, that was a
missing
shot.
An opportunity to score a touchdown, and the Knights offense takes the field at their own 7-yard line.
A great job by that Knights defense, though. Made another goal line stand, which in this game right now could be very important.
Absolutely. So this one, we're scratching our heads again, this time not about the officials. We're scratching our heads of why the Freedom Cowboys didn't just punch it in. They stand there on a 4th down, on a 4th down and let the clock run out. Inside handoff, Corey Murphy.
A little bit of room to run for Murphy. Gets a couple on that one, about 3 yards. 2nd down and 7 now coming. For the Knights defense, though, they did a great job, and the Knights offense going to want to reward them for it. Whoever scores next in this game could be poised to win it, as we only have about 6:20 to go here in this game. Knights don't have the benefit, though, of looking at the play clock, so they're going to want to try and keep everything tidy and keep it going quick. 15 seconds now on the play clock. 2nd down and 7.
And the Knights get the ball with less than 7 minutes left.
It's going to be a quarterback keeper. A lot of space to run for Leacher on the outside. Tries to cut it in now. Has the 1st down.
He's carrying that ball like a loaf of bread, but he gets quite a few yards on that scamper. So big yards on that one.
And good blocking downfield by the 2 wide receivers as well. Matty Spackman and Bradley Baumgartner created a lot of space. We talked about it earlier, Darryl. If you can get around the edge in this game, there is so much space to run.
Lots of room to run.
Whether you want to do that,
field.
Whether you want to do that through the air or on the ground, if you can get around the edge, that's going to be huge.
Clock winding under 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in this one. 34-34.
Usual suspects out there for the Knights offense. Snap comes. Gonna run underneath, fire this one deep to Bradley. Bumgarner just overthrown.
Over his head.
Bumgarner looks like he kind of checked up, and now he's holding that right hamstring that he's had a problem with throughout this whole really kind of postseason.
And he's been nursing that hamstring for the last few weeks or so. Did not effectively play in the state championship game.
No, and he's caught a few in here, but you can tell he's not really running at 100%. Watch it again on the replay. It looks like he kind of checked up on his route. He got jammed a little bit, but was able to come around. It looks like it's just a straight up wheel route to the outside. And maybe if he was 100%, he could catch up to that one, but unfortunately, not so much. And that's going to be a big loss for the Knights on their offensive side of the ball. Really two kind of go-to guys for him and Matty Spackman, but now all the attention is probably going to be paid to Matty Spackman.
They also have to deal with Kyle Sims, who is a speed burner in his own right.
Yep, had a touchdown and a vital touchdown earlier on in this game. 2nd down and 10 now. Snap comes, pressure immediately comes, and Leach is wrapped up in the backfield and going to bring up a long 3rd down now. Going to be a 3rd down and about 17 to go.
Cowboys bring the house this time and just too many guys to block.
Yeah, Leach just not able to really pick his head up and get that one away. And it's clutch time now.
3rd down and about 18 for the Knights.
Kyle Sims and Matty Spackman, the 2 receivers set. We saw him throw a screen pass to Sims earlier in this game from this exact same formation. This time they're going to go to Spackman, try and get him around the edge. He's still in bounds, but eventually going to go out. It's going to be a 4th down and 5 now upcoming.
It's 4th down and about 9 actually, as for where they have it marked here. It's not a very favorable spot on that one, but he was running up the sideline there and probably stepped out sooner than we could possibly see it from here.
And well, both defenses getting holds with 4:20 to go here. That's right about the same amount of time that the Freedom Cowboy likes to use up. They've eaten up about 4 minutes per drive.
This still being a tie game, which is amazing.
High snap. Oh, wow. Great job by Peyton Leach to bring that one down.
And he kicks up Boomer. This
man, it takes a big Cowboys bounce.
But it bounces backwards. And again, excellent field position for the Freedom Cowboys at their own 45-yard line with 4 minutes and 13 seconds left in this game.
Well, we'll see what shakes down. We've got 4:13 to go.
Wind is picking up here. Wind at the back of the Cowboys.
And really, it's been a lot of self-inflicted injuries from the Cowboys. That delay of game really set them back on that last drive, but the Knights defense made a great stand, and they're going to need to make one more.
The field not exactly getting flipped here, as that's an excellent punt there. Goes about 40 yards.
Just took a very kind bounce for the Cowboys.
Bad bounce for the Knights.
Man in motion, snap comes. It's going to be another underneath handoff. Has a little bit of room to run and is dragged down after getting enough for the 1st down.
Another chunk play by the Cowboys offense.
4:05 to go here. We'll watch that one on the replay. They like that little end around. Quarterback rolls out and then just drops it
to the back. That's going in the other direction.
And clock runs again.
Brennan Torme going off to the sidelines here.
No safety setback for the Knights. You expect to run here all the way. Snap comes in. It's the same exact draw up. Going to try and find a little bit of space. Looks like there could have been a hold in there, but eventually still on his feet and eventually dragged down, but Had about 16 on that play. Has enough for another Freedom first down.
For Freedom Cowboys.
And for the Cowboys, it's all second effort. They get hit and they just do not go down. The Knights not really wrapping up their tackles so effectively. Watch out again. Same exact draw up on that play.
Except it goes to the opposite side.
Yep. And just a good second effort. And the Knights in a little bit of trouble here. About 3 minutes to go. And the Cowboys knocking on the doorstep once again. This game tied at 34. Snap comes. This is going to be a quarterback keeper all the way. And he's going to get dragged down quickly. Maybe a loss of 1 on that one. One of the few times they've actually gone backwards.
Corey Murphy takes the up back that time and eats up space, and Miles Richardson comes in behind him and cleans up.
Yeah, it's a good little strike partnership between the two. You're not really going to be out physicaling them, if that's a word.
Physicaling.
I'm
looking that up.
Maybe you're not going to be more physical than those two. Maybe that'll work. Second down and 10. 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go in this semifinal. That looked like it could have been a false start, but again, another little end around, and he gets tripped up by the shoelaces. He ran right at Isaiah Zorn. Probably should have cut upfield a little bit earlier, but it also looks like he got a little bit of a head start on that one. Third down and 10.
Third down and 11.
We'll watch it again on the replay. And he did move early.
He did move early, and we see that on the replay.
Third down and 11. Knights looking for another big stand. Now you kind of, again, when you're the Cowboys, you're kind of forced to go to the air almost on this one, but you also want to eat up some clock. Snap, and it's going to be a handoff up the middle. Doesn't go for a lot, and going to get maybe 4 on that one.
But this is going to be 4 down territory, as these Cowboys they definitely haven't kicked any field goals or done anything different than go for it on 4th down.
Knights look like they call a timeout. So if they do get the ball back, they'll have a little bit of time to work. And Darryl, this is about as good as it gets. Couldn't ask for a much better semifinal game. I just don't know if the final could be much better.
I don't know if the final could be any better either. And we are looking forward to seeing Grace in the next game. But this one right here, we don't know if we're going to win this one yet.
Yeah, it's always a tough situation. And now losing a player like Bradley Baumgartner, again, sidelined with a bit of a hamstring injury for the offense. That quick strikeness kind of gets taken away a little bit. Obviously, you still have guys like Matty Spackman, Jakyle Sims, and Brendan Tormey, but when you lose one of those 4 weapons, it puts a lot of pressure on some of the other guys.
So here's the gut check. 1 minute and 24 seconds left in this one. Freedom Cowboys, almost unstoppable on rushing offense.
One thing I saw them do a lot against Tennessee, but have only done once in this game. They love the fake pitch to the outside and then the quarterback keeper up the middle. We'll see what they draw up. Quarterback drops back, looks to throw, tries to fire. This one intercepted
by the senior.
And Elijah Ward has one of the biggest plays for Ezekiel this year, and it's a late hit out of bounds.
I don't know, maybe that was the spur of the moment there. I don't think that was a hit out of bounds. I think it was just a pretty hard hit.
We'll watch it again on the replay. The senior Elijah Ward read the eyes of the quarterback, jumps the route, and he's really been one of the unsung heroes of this Knights defense. But that time, getting his hands on that one, and now gives the Knights an opportunity.
Like a penalty.
No, I don't think it should have been a penalty there. But they are going to move it forward. Well, Elijah Ward probably should have had an interception in that 3rd quarter. Now he gets his
interception in the 4th quarter.
The Knights with a chance now to try and seal this game and write their names into the national championship.
1 minute and 15 seconds left. Tied at 34. Just exciting football here. This is crazy.
Now we've had 2 games
time in a row that the Knights have stopped the Cowboys.
We've had 2 games in a row, Darryl, that have really got my heart going a little bit. This time Brendan Tormey checks in the slot. Going to be a quarterback keeper. Going to try and bounce it outside. Finds a little bit of running room, but eventually brought down for a loss. And I'm surprised the Knights did not go to the air there.
Knights stopped the clock again.
Lost about 1 on that one. Timeout Knights, 1 minute and 6 seconds to go. 2nd and 12. And with 1 minute to go, Daryl, you still have a chance. You don't have to fire everything deep.
No,
If you
don't.
want to hit some stuff underneath, you got guys like Brendan Tormey who can go up there and get the 15-yard ball. But we'll just see what they draw.
I do like the running play here, and if they can get Corey Murphy on the swing pass or something like that to pick up, first downs and more, that will definitely will keep get a drive going where they can get maybe something they can throw downfield.
Wind in the face now of Peyton Leach. You can hear it probably picking up on the microphones. And man in motion is Corey Murphy, line up all on his own. Snap comes. We saw him throw to him a few times in the championship game. Fires one deep, and it's just too long. That's not exactly Leach's best throw there, but he had him.
But it's now 3rd down and 13 with 1 minute and 1 second left. Again, like I said, I like throwing to Corey Murphy.
I do too. And the Knights pretty much won the state championship game on that exact play.
Exactly.
But Leach just overthrows him that time. Just the pressure coming so quick, he just doesn't really have enough time to stay in the pocket and let Murphy get downfield. Big 3rd down upcoming. 1 minute to go. Snap. Leach fires to inside, and he fumbled. Oh, the ball is still free, and the ball is still loose, and Freedom Cowboys will pick it up. Matty Spackman grabbed the catch, but just could not hang on to it.
Drops it.
And now with 51 seconds to go, the Cowboys will take over right near the 50-yard line.
And talking about this coming down to the wire.
That's the 2nd time we've seen Spackman drop the ball just kind of in space.
And it looks like he never really had
it, but the Cowboys now have a chance of their own.
Again, we got players running off the field.
Yeah, they got players running on, and he just checked on and then came back off. You should not be allowed to do that. We might see a quarterback keeper here up the middle.
Empty backfield.
They're trying to communicate the play into the team. They're telling the cheerleaders and the fans to try and quiet down a little bit. It's probably going to be a quarterback keeper up the middle, I would expect.
They look like they want to throw
this one. It's a screen, and not a well-executed one. And a flag flies in. Might be an illegal man downfield. That's going to back him up a little bit. Now, if you're the Knights, do you try and decline this penalty and maybe get an extra down out of it?
Take the penalty and see if they're going to keep trying to pass.
45
seconds left.
That one was hung up there in space. That could have easily been picked off.
And it's going to be 2nd down now.
45 seconds to go.
No, I'm sorry, 1st down and 15 as that.
And again, the risk is always there when you have an empty set. Could be a quarterback run.
We're spread out. We got 4 guys out here, which means a couple of them are ineligible.
Snap comes, pressure immediately up the middle, and it is a quarterback keeper. Slips a little bit and is eventually dragged down. Jakyle Sims does good with the open field tackle. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 11, and the clock is going to stop with about 30 seconds to go.
Timeout, Freedom Cowboys.
A little bit of
33 seconds
a
left.
Slip in the sand that time, maybe. And this one right down to the wire, Daryl.
Absolutely. Number 9 for the Freedom Cowboys is definitely the player of the game.
Yeah, he's no doubt kept them in this one.
Lights out this entire time. He's been the best player on both teams.
For the Knights, they've had a lot of guys just play good roles, but haven't really had a man take over. Corey Murphy got a touchdown. Jakyle Sims has a touchdown. Matty Spackman also has a touchdown, and Peyton Leach got one on the ground. But for the Knights, no really standout man, but we'll see how it shakes down. We could very well still have a player of the game late in this one. The only thing for the Knights that you kind of don't want is overtime. Definitely kind of benefits the Cowboys style of offense.
Absolutely, and we are looking for the play of the game right now as these Knights We're looking for the play of the game as these Cowboys need to be stopped right here on this 2nd down and 11.
And there's going to be a flag coming in.
That's going to be a motion.
And again, just self-inflicted penalties.
False start there. One of the receivers.
We just tried to get a little bit too much of a step there.
2nd down and 15 now, almost 16. 32.7 seconds left.
Man in motion again. Snap comes. Drops back, looking to throw. Fires one long. And
caught.
Wow, that is an excellent catch.
He caught it. Clock should be running. They stopped it to move the chains.
They're going to stop it to move the chains.
Chains are walking up the sidelines.
Well, that was a fantastic pitch and catch. That's probably the catch of the game right there. I haven't seen a catch that good all year, and now the clock will run.
20 seconds left. Freedom Cowboys have to get this one off.
Yeah, I don't know if they have any timeouts left, and they will spike it.
Spike it. So they've got a
14
first
seconds
down
to go
at the Ezekiel 20-yard line on a beautiful pitch and catch for the Freedom Cowboys. Just threw it over the top.
Knights have made some good stands deep in their own territory. This will be the biggest of the bunch. That one went right over the top of Peyton Patchell. He usually does very good in coverage, and he did there too, but it was just a very well-thrown ball. We'll watch it real quick on the replay, see if we can see it. Goes right over the top of Peyton Patchell, who had great position, but that is a fantastic catch. And could be the last play of the game right here. Snap, pressure coming quickly, and it's a sack. That's the one thing the Cowboys did not want to have happen, and they're going to
get
call
about
a
a
timeout.
yard on the play as they call a timeout there, trying to preserve this with 9 seconds left. Man, if it has to come down to the wire.
I believe
34 to 34.
That's going to be their last timeout.
I don't believe Ezekiel has any timeouts
I don't
either.
think they do either.
So we are looking at this being the last play of the game unless they try to make it 2 by throwing the football. But this one turned out to be a very exciting contest.
Very, very exciting contest. Knights definitely did not play their best game. Cowboys have played excellent so far. Offense especially has done fantastic against a very tough Knights defense. And the Knights defense themselves have done a good job, but the offense has just been so hot and cold for them today. We'll see if the defense can get them bailed out one more time. 34 to 34, 9 seconds to go. This ball lined up on the 19-yard line. Season on the line for both of these teams. Snap comes, quarterback drops, looking to throw, fires one over the top of the end zone, and is caught. That's a touchdown. And the Cowboys take the lead with 3 seconds to go.
And they celebrate in the end zone as the Cowboys pull this one out.
Yeah, that's about as big of a buzzer beater as you can get. And we said the Knights probably were going to have to play mistake-free football, and tonight, unfortunately, they did not exactly do that. And I believe 4 turnovers going against them, and now it looks like the Cowboys will be meeting either Evangel or Grace Baptist in the final. Great catch.
Great throw and catch there.
They went up and got a couple of 50-50 balls tonight, and that one was the biggest of the bunch.
They go for 2. There's no time going to run here, but 3 seconds is not enough time.
And they do get in.
But they do get in. 42 to 34. And these Cowboys know that they've done it. They played an excellent game. Great game plan. Great defense, great offense. They are very deserving of a victory here. One chance now coming up for the Knights as they get the kickoff. And I can only imagine that this one is probably not going to be kicked to the moon. They're probably going to squib it down the middle of the field to try to get the clock to run.
And Ezekiel Academy started out the year 2-2 after 4 games. 1 defeat coming to these Freedom Cowboys, and after that, their season really went on an uptrend. A lot of good games, winning the state championship, of course, against Evangel. But tonight, we've just seen them just too many mistakes. Kind of the same thing we saw against Lighthouse. Too many turnovers going against them and too many missed opportunities.
And the Freedom Cowboys electing not to kick, or they would have had to run all the way down to the other end of the field to do so. Just the unusual part of having a football field right next to a condominium. But again, the sugar huddle for the Cowboys.
I wonder if you're the Cowboys, if you want to just, I don't know if you want to kick it long and give the Knights one snap, or do you want to put it maybe in the hands of Jacal Sims and see what he can do? It's going to be a real question to see what they're going to want to do here.
You definitely want this ball to hit the ground.
Yeah, I think you're probably going to be aiming for somewhere in the middle, kind of right towards the sand, kind of in between Miles and Murphy. And this kick is away. It is going to be fielded. Last play of the game. Sims couldn't field it cleanly. Now going to pick it up. Tries to find space. Has a little bit of a hole. Now going to try and get around the edge. And this football game is over. The Freedom Cowboys beat the Ezekiel Academy Knights, and they celebrate like they've won the national championship on this near side. A very well contested game. And everybody's celebrating. A good shout out to Raymond Hunt, who went over there and congratulated all the Knights before coming over to celebrate with his team. And now both teams going to shake hands.
Coming down different yard lines here.
Yeah, the 50 is not exactly very well marked. Well, Daryl, that's just about going to do it for the hopes of a national championship for Ezekiel this year. And unfortunately, I don't think you're going to be at the game with us for the consolation game either.
No, I will not be at the consolation game, but hats off to these Knights. Hats off to these Freedom Cowboys. They are championship football. They really did do a good job today. They're going to cover the game. BP1 Sportsnet
we'll
is
be
going
covering
to be
the
here.
Ezekiel Academy game Monday. I think it's at 1 o'clock, and it will be either against Grace Baptist or against the Evangel Lightning. The Ezekiel Academy Knights trophy hunt ends in the semifinal game. Just too many mistakes against them, too many turnovers, and the Freedom Cowboys took advantage of it. And we will see how they shake up either against Grace Baptist or Evangel in a couple of days. But until then, it was a fun season, no doubt, Daryl. A lot of nail-biting finishes. These last two games that we watched played have been the best I think we've ever covered, more than likely.
And this has been an outstanding game here. I mean, with the, it's a wonderful thing to see these guys come out here and ball out. Freedom Cowboys just really took it to the Knights today, and the Knights had the answer there for a while. 40 to 34. I mean, what else could you hope for? If you got to lose, you want to go down swinging.
Yep. The Knights just not quite able to play mistake-free football, and unfortunately it cuts their season short. The Cowboys would go and celebrate and prepare to either play one of these two teams that is now warming up out on the field. But until Monday, I think that's just about going to do it. I want to thank Brock Bumgarner, Daryl Spears, both on camera, and of course Daryl as co-commentary. Travis Hill out on the field camera, saw a couple of great plays from his angle. I want to thank Earl Baumgartner for this, putting all of this together for the whole season. Many a sleepless nights trying to set up new configurations to make the setup easier for us. And Daryl, for the last time, at least for you, for this year, it's going to be your last time signing off. You got anything you want to say about this team?
Congratulations to the Freedom Cowboys, but congratulations to our Knights, and they really made something out of this season. You know, we were 2-2 at one point, and we thought that some guys were going to give up, and they did not give up. They played, they persevered through this entire season, through injury and through all kinds of other issues that they had. They have had a wonderful season this year. No reason to hang their heads down. Losing by 6 to the potential national champions in a national championship tournament. State champion EA Knights.
Yeah, they are, of course, going to get that state championship ring yet again and defend it next year. But until then, that's going to do it for their hunt for the national title. Both these teams getting set to warm up in this other semifinal game. One of these two teams will play the Knights on Monday at 1 o'clock. But once again, I want to thank the whole crew and everyone that has helped us throughout this season. Daryl, it was a pleasure to call the games with you every single week. We'll certainly miss you on Monday, but until then, it's going to be good night.